out there fucking gator hunting. They're like, oh yeah, we gotta jump on the back and shit. And I'm
Yeah.
like, shit, we gotta jump on his back. I'm like, all right, well, and then someone's gotta shoot it. I'm like, well, I'm not definitely not being the one jumping on his fucking back. That bitch was like 12,
Well,
12 footer. I was like, no, thank you, sir.
why
So
wasn't the
then
guy?
they're like,
Why wasn't the guy that had experience with the gator hunting? Why wasn't he involved?
no, he was willing to jump on the back. He was the only one brave enough. But it was really uh everybody else that was fucking shitting themselves. Nobody else wanted to do shit except for me and him basically. So they went out there
Yeah.
pump faking. So me and him were like, politicking on how we're gonna do this shit, you know. And thank God the cops rolled up and stopped us because we probably would have got bitten our arm off or something or died.
Yeah.
And that's no cap.
I think it's
So that's
illegal.
my rap. Oh yeah, he did say it was illegal too. That was another problem. We weren't really worried about that though. It's
Yeah. Yeah.
Florida.
Yeah.
Can I
Okay.
get backwoods, please? Just the backwoods, the 5 pack, at the
Hmm.
bottom right.
Yeah. Make sure that
Just
lady
there,
gets a
just down there by the crate.
stop bullshit.
Right there, second row to the right, all the way to the end. Yep, this is a
Okay.
5 pack. Yeah, just one.
By 5 pack,
Yep,
you mean?
that's good. You're good. That's fine. That's cool.
Damn, she rung them all five up early.
Oh no,
What
man.
the fuck? Okay.
You know. But yeah, no. So
One thing, I'm confused.
no cash back for me.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Appreciate
You
it.
look like back type.
You know what
She
I'm saying?
profiled her. He asked you that. You should have snapped.
A cash back. She's like, oh, you gonna go back to the drug fight? You fucking crack addict. No, she fucking looks like one. No, no cap.
Yeah. Yeah, she was
She's
wondering why
cool
her.
though. She's good people.
Yeah.
These people see me a lot, man. So I have relationships with everybody that works behind the desk of the 7-Eleven.
No, I feel
They're
that.
pretty cool. But
Yeah.
when you come up here late night, boy, they be having all the rockheads up here hanging out.
Just lined up
Boy,
outside.
I come out here and say, I got work. Boy, I'm gonna make at least 2 bands. Get them
Definitely
out of everything. I'm
easy
trying
car.
to tell you, boy.
Yeah.
Easy money.
Yeah. What's
Easy
the
money, but I would definitely be going to hell.
what's the gator situation?
The Gator situation. So yeah, I mean, bro. So honestly, we're sitting out there, and before the cops rolled up and shit, my boy's telling me, he's like, well, I'm gonna jump on his back, but you gotta be the one to shoot in the head. And I'm
Okay.
like, damn, like, why do I gotta do the illegal shit? And then first off, this is a 357 Magnum. I'm like, hold on, baby, this is a big boy. I'm
Yeah.
gonna blow my hand off shooting this motherfucker. So I was like, I'm like, all right, whatever, I'll do it though. I mean, just don't keep your hands by his head.
That's all. That's all the convincing it took for you.
I was like, fuck it. Well,
Just
we're gonna
blow
kill a gator. We're gonna kill a gator, take that bitch home, and fucking cook it and eat it. That's
the
all I was worried about.
peel that animal's fucking wig back. The only thing they had
Peel
to say
his fucking cat back.
is say, here's a gun. Go ahead and pull that trigger. You never done it before.
Split that motherfucker in half, boy.
All right. Hey.
Give him a nice little headache, nice
Yeah.
little migraine.
There you go. Forever.
I
Um.
mean, but shit,
Or not.
we hooked that motherfucker, pulled that bitch on the bank.
Mm-hmm.
Then we sat there, contemplated life for a second. Where we were like, is this really worth it?
Yeah.
Like we're supposed to be some college athletes, and we're out here trying to hook a gator.
Yeah.
And it was just because what you have to do in Florida, you have to use a bang stick. So that means you have to get uncomfortably close to the gator.
Angst it.
The bang stick.
Yeah.
Basically, like it's a, it's basically a stick that shoots a bullet. You know what
You
I'm
said
saying?
it,
It's like a bullet without a fucking trigger. It's like a gun without a trigger. So when you smack it into the head, it fires the pin, and it literally shoots into the alligator's head and kills it.
like
It's like supposed to be a more humane way or some bullshit.
like a cattle prod. The like you ever seen
Oh, how they shoot those? Yeah, they shoot the pins but it's like a stick though. It's like a long pole basically. It's not a stick. It's a pole.
damn.
Cacao.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
And,
Yeah.
yeah, you know, what I'm saying? Just like cacao, and then boom, dead.
Ow.
But I know what you're talking about. The pin gun, like the pressure gun.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. But
it's bro, that shit's crazy. Like the fact that they formulated a machine to create enough pressure to just blow through a cow's skull. It's impressive. It's very impressive.
listen, business 101. You recognize the problem. The problem was they weren't efficiently blowing cows' heads off. So somebody just recognized that as a problem, and they're like, "Oh,
Officially? Oh my god. I mean,
this is how."
because I think how they used to do, they should just slit the cow's throat, bro. And it used to be so messy with the
Yeah,
blood and shit.
Yes.
Like, you know, because you
Yeah.
slit a cow's throat, you're literally draining most of the blood out of its body at that point. You know,
Mm.
which probably isn't good for the meat and shit either. So I think probably with the pin situation, it's probably just an all around better way to harvest that meat. It's still very gruesome. They still have guts that they, you know, all that nasty
Yeah.
shit that goes on, and they still
The
don't
blood.
clean it very well. They clean the area very well, so
Yeah.
you know, it probably doesn't help very much. But
Yeah.
it's probably just more efficient for those guys than getting, you know, blood all over them all the time,
Well,
slitting cows' throats and shit.
and maybe the cow. You know what I mean? To
I
give them.
guess maybe a quick and painful death, but
Yeah. Quick and painful.
like, are we really gonna say it's less painful? Like,
Well, usually when people say quick, they say painless after that, but you said quick and
uh,
painful.
no, it's a bro. It's a freaking pin gun shooting pressurized air into your skull cap. Like, there's no way it doesn't hurt. Like,
Uh,
you definitely feel that before you fucking die. There's no
yeah,
way. It's not
yeah.
like a bullet where it shoots right into you. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, this is something that most definitely you're gonna feel.
Do you think that's a
But
do you
who
think,
knows? None of us are cow.
do you think that's a myth in general when people say like, oh, they because
Huh?
I thought about this actually quite a bit when they say like, oh yeah, they died before like on impact before they felt anything, and I've always I mean I've thought several times in my life like, oh well, that would obviously be
Like
ideal.
the
I don't want
Twin
to.
Towers.
That's what that's the example you choose. Fuck.
That is so jumping off that fucking shit, dude. There's no way they died before they hit the ground. Those people were still flailing, man.
Well, oh,
But
died before.
it's terrible. It's a terrible thing, but yeah, they say
Yeah.
that they died before they hit the ground. I'm like, I don't know about that. That don't seem right. They look like they were still, you know,
Why would
they were still moving
why would
around
they
and shit when they were.
why would they die before they hit the ground? Is there a reason for that?
I think your brain, like, just like from what I heard, your brain just kind of shuts off. Like it
You're
knows what's
talking
coming, so it's
you're
just
talking
like
about dreams.
little.
That happens in dreams before you hit the ground. In real life, I think
No,
your
I'm
eyes
saying
are
like
fucking.
that's the same. Oh, that's the same concept. Like the same thing is
Yeah,
like
yeah,
your brain just
yeah.
understands like it's over, so it's like massive overload shutdown.
Oh, okay, got you. Okay,
Like
I'm just
I think that's
I'm just like,
maybe how it works, but that's what I've heard. Like for some people trying to explain that, you know, it's crazy. I thought I forgot my wallet inside, but I realized I left it in the car door. So funny
damn.
earlier. Yeah, yeah. Let me take it off before someone's watching this and tries to come steal my shit.
Exactly.
Someone tries to spin the block on my ass. Sorry, you spin the block over here. I got 4-5 and hollow points for your block.
I'm just gonna go ahead and to Quora because I feel like that's a good.
Oh, what? Oh shit! I'm gonna need my phone.
They said this person asked that question like, "Hey, if you jump off a building, will you die before hitting the ground?" This person says, "Give me a minute. I'll check. I'll be right back."
Jesus
Oh
Christ!
my god, you're not going
Sounds
to
like that
die.
Teal Swan lady.
Yeah, facts. Definitely Teal. She's going wild. Uh,
Teal
yeah,
Swan, don't. Yeah, I'm not subscribing, baby.
I
See
mean
what you're doing over there.
a lot of people here are saying that that's not going to happen. You're definitely going to die from hitting the ground. And most people are saying call somebody and get professional help as well. Oh my god, yeah, but they're saying you will die when you hit the ground for sure. You won't be scared to death. You will implode on impact.
What?
So yeah, that's that.
What is that?
That's
Okay.
yeah, that
Well,
was
none of
Cora.
that sounded good.
Yeah, it's not good. Don't do it. Do not recommend for sure.
Yeah, Cora, get some help, baby girl.
Get some help. The website needs help. I wasn't asking a person named Cora.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm gonna let you know you got in the house, and then your internet got 1,000 times worse.
Did it?
Yeah, you look like you just came in the house.
To the. Let me see. I gotta connect back.
Oh, okay. There you go. That did it. The frozen man. In time. Guys, look, Sit in Politic podcast. You already see what it is. It's Big Baby James here. I'm here with Deuce Andretti. We're vibing. His internet just came back. We're in here.
Yeah, I had to switch over, guys, back to that good stuff, you know.
That's right, that home internet.
That boo boo.
Yeah. Deuce was telling us earlier about the time he almost took a gator's life. That was just minding its own business.
Lucky gator, man.
Him, yeah, he got off on one. Yeah, 4 or 5 vagrants decided to go down to the local pond and just bother this poor.
If it was Chicago, he wouldn't have been spared like that, you know.
He wouldn't have made it alive. Definitely would have made it all. Yeah, but you guys probably wouldn't have either, statistically speaking. One of the people there would have definitely been a survivor of a gunshot wound at some point. But
definitely, yeah, someone was definitely getting their fucking arm blown off.
We're by the way, actually, so that reminds me, we just so happen to be talking about an alligator. I want to ask you a question I've been having with some people, debate that I have with some people in my life, and just see what your answer is.
Okay, let's hear it.
Yeah, so your life is on the line.
Okay.
Alligator or shark? Which one are you facing off with? Who do you think you have a better chance against? Keep it real.
All right. Here's my reasoning for an alligator.
You would rather fight an alligator?
Here's my reasoning.
Okay.
With a shark, I'm really going to probably only see a shark in deep open water, which I can't touch the ground.
Yep.
So my swimming skills, they're good. They're not the best.
Yeah.
No chance.
Better
for one, because I'm just going to end up drowning anyway, so the shark's going to get his. Now, with the alligator,
yeah.
I'm giving him for a run for his money, because I know, living in Florida, you have to learn how they like to kill shit. You kind of
how to kill shit.
You see him all the time, and you're like, you know what? You kind of think in your head like, if I had to kill a gator,
I probably could.
I could probably do it, because as long as I can keep my limbs out of its mouth, it's dead.
That's a big thing that you just mentioned. The limbs like not getting into the gator's mouth is a huge.
If that never happens, that gator's dead.
Has no fucking shot
with my bare hands.
With his little baby fucking dinosaur arms, it's not good. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The only problem with them though is their range of motion is a little better than a shark, so you got to account for that. But I've already accounted for that, so you really you can outsmart a gator.
Where did you get that?
Aren't that smart.
Where did you get that statistic from? The range of motion. What? The range of motion.
Well, if you look at a shark, right? Like a gator can really. I mean, if you grab a gator's tail, it can whip around its head.
Yeah.
Enough to be able to bite at you. You know what I'm saying? When you look at a shark can't do that. A shark is gonna.
But I don't know. A shark couldn't do that. What are you talking about right now?
I mean, I'm talking about a shark big enough to just take my arm off. I'm talking about a great white. A great white ain't got that kind of range of motion. To
be fair, we're comparing like the biggest,
even the biggest gators can get to their tail if they need to. Okay. They will bend damn near almost into a circle. A shark ain't doing that, but the problem with a shark is it doesn't need to. Shark can swim down and just come back up and get you. Shark can swim in a circle. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The shark moves so much faster in water than a gator does. You know, so it's just like I would rather. Now, if I had a knife, give me a shark. But like I said, I'm drowning anyway, so it's like I'm fighting that shark, wasting all my energy. I'm not making it.
Fighting a shark underwater 100% of the time. So this is I'm gonna do a quick reenactment of me fighting a shark real quick. So this is what I've done every time I have this argument. It goes like this. Bro, we move slow as fuck underwater.
I mean, it's not too slow, but so say if you're trying to swim away, but a quick jab or a quick punch, you can still get a quick jab or punch out, but it's not the same.
Bro, don't,
you know what I'm saying? It's just not the same.
To me about jabbing or punching a fucking shark.
Well, because you look at it, you can still it's doing this or this, moving like this is not a big deal. The problem is when you're trying to move a distance in that water, you're not going to move as fast as that shark. So it's getting away from the shark, not going to happen. You have to literally deter that shark from wanting to take a piece out of your ass, and it's just it's not hard. It's very hard. That's why people go down with harpoon guns and stuff like that, and they go down with a
bunch of shit in my pocket, so I can pull it out there.
But when I went snorkeling, I bought a knife. I was like, when I had to go lobster fishing, I was like, I'm not getting in the water without one. I mean, it may take a piece out of me, but I'm taking a piece out of it too. Straight up, I'm getting mine. You taking my arm, but I'm gonna get a piece out of you too. You're not living.
No, I hear that. Definitely. Make it a fight.
I'm stabbing the thing. I'm stabbing the dot out of that mother.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. I won't do nothing. Knife wasn't really big enough. Didn't bring the Bowie, unfortunately. But next time I will bring the Bowie knife. I stab that thing. I'm touching his heart.
Whatever gets the job done.
whatever needs to get the job done.
Yeah, whatever makes that.
I'm not even going back in the water though, to be honest with you. Seen a hammerhead and a bull shark. I was like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good on that as well.
2 aggressive sharks in Florida. Yeah, I'm good on that. Nope, no, thank you.
No, I mean, I'm with you. I think it's a thing about just living in Florida. I feel like we just typically appreciate the beach less than obviously people that come and only get a little dose out of it. But that's with anything. You could take
They
it.
don't see all them shark attacks and shit. That's what they don't see. They don't see them saltwater crocodiles getting biting pieces out of people.
Yeah. No, I mean, for sure, that's a thing. But also, it's just like it's there anytime, so we just take it for granted. But
Yeah.
for sure, for me, anyways, a big thing is like in the ocean, it's so vast, it's so unknown. It's like I can't get like people that go out in the boats in the middle of the ocean. I'm like, bro, until it's a yacht where I feel like I'm on land, I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? I just can't. I could do a cruise, but it's because there's a buffet on it. So I feel like
like at least if I'm gonna die happy, dancing, eating good food.
Happy. Horror, but happy.
Horror, it's terrible. I don't feel like I'm on the Titanic. I'm gonna be crying like a baby, but it is what it is. I'm gonna be at the buffet doing it.
Oh, dude, if you were on the Titanic, like, what do you think the chances are that you get on one of those survival rafts?
Listen,
fucking zero. I'll answer that for you.
I'll be real. I'm getting on some type of flotation. I'm not Leonardo just in the freezing cold water dying. I promise you to God on that. That's not me, baby.
Okay,
no.
Those survival rafts. There's 30 spots. Okay, we got 6.
I'm the type of person, bro, that thinks about stuff like that way ahead. So I have my plan already in place. I already know what I got to do. You know what I'm saying?
I guess
literally. Last time I went on a cruise, I literally told my significant other, I was like, look here. Shit hits the fan. We're not together. You meet me right here. If I'm here, we get on one of the boats.
Yeah.
I don't care if I got to write people off one of the boats. We get on one of the boats.
Well, she might. She might. Maybe.
Oh, she's definitely getting on. I'm gonna find. Wait, hey, bro, listen. It drops about 50 feet down to the water. I will be on top of that motherfucker. Was it's dropping if I have to be. Just strap me to the top. Just strap me. Strap me into the top. Tie me up.
You're like Ethan Hawke trying to jump on the
on that bit like a pirate. Just drop me down. I'm good.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I think you would have a lot working against you. I mean, we don't got to get into it.
100% a lot. It's but the thing is, I'm pretty practical. I'm gonna calculate the odds. Probably dying anyway. So I'm gonna die trying.
It's true.
Dying trying.
Right. I see.
That's how I think.
Yeah.
I'm gonna die trying every time, bro. Don't come shoot up the building with me in it, because I'm gonna die trying.
Well, hold on. Me. Okay. Well, all right. You're talking about something else. About Titanic. Now you're talking about. It sounds like.
I'm saying in general. Anything. Don't come to the grocery store with me in it. And I got my control for it. Ooh wee.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
It's gonna be like the OK Corral on that bitch.
Yeah, firing off. How do you feel about like that? Now they're talking about like possible firearms for like teachers and things like that in stores. I mean,
teachers are usually pretty sensible people, and they're usually pretty educated. Which educated people usually don't kill people for random reasons and do stupid shit with guns. Educated people don't kill people. You know what I'm saying? Educated people with guns normally are not the people out there doing stupid things, killing mass people and just shooting people for no reason. Now, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you rarely hear about a teacher killing someone. Like, it's just very rare. Like, when's the last time you heard that? A teacher killing someone?
Yeah.
With a gun. Like, doesn't happen really.
I feel you. I don't know that I would be so worried about that, but I mean, it's a big question. It's tough. There's a lot that goes into it.
But there's a lot of other stuff you could do. Let me say this. There's a lot of other precautionary measures they could do with schools. Not even making them look like prisons and putting cages on them. But just having cops present on the campuses. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys will have cops sitting around cities and towns like the one we live in, or used to live in.
Yeah.
Just sitting there doing a bunch of nothing, giving people a bunch of traffic tickets when they could be protecting the schools with the future generations, politicians, presidents, doctors, lawyers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, for me, it's like when you sit there and you're like, oh, we got to give them guns. It's like, okay, I don't mind you giving them guns, but why don't we give them some training?
Yeah.
Why don't we give them some other tools?
For sure.
Because it doesn't matter how well you train someone with a gun. If they're not prepared to use it, they're not pulling that trigger. So that is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So for me, like, yeah, it's cool to give a teacher a gun, but if my kid's teacher, for lack of better words, is a pussy, then
definitely lack.
Kid's dying anyway.
For sure.
Yeah, I love teachers. I think they should be paid way more. I think they should be treated better. They should get better benefits. I don't think they should be getting paid less than police officers or firefighters. And I think if you're going to give them that responsibility to carry a firearm, then you should most definitely pay them more. You know what I'm saying? Because that's now another thing that they have to do on top of babysitting kids all day. Because in
Yeah.
reality, kids don't have to be in school for 7 hours a day to learn what they need to learn, but
Hmm.
they are. You know what I'm saying? Your teachers are more with you more than your parents when you're in school. So yeah, give them a gun, let them protect kids, but also train them and pay them better.
No, I mean I agree with that. Maybe more qualifications should be in place before we make that kind of.
Make
Uh,
them well, obviously they have to go get a concealed carry because you can't just circumvent that.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not just able to carry that inside a building without that. So it's like
Hmm.
they obviously have to go get that certification and everything. So it's interesting, man. Like it's a I mean, if you don't want a teacher to have a gun, like you have to really understand that your teachers probably own guns anyway. They just don't have them in school. So it's like, especially in Florida.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are we really talking about here? It's apples to oranges. Like
Mm,
you know what I'm saying? Like they have a gun at home. It's just now they're gonna be able to carry that gun at school and make sure that one of these kids that is going through mental problems doesn't come in and shoot them and their students that they care about.
well,
You
and
know
then
what I'm saying?
so something like you know what I mean. I don't want to get away from like a good solution because of like some of like it, like by nitpicking at problems with it. But like for
But we're
example.
gonna do it.
Yeah, but like for example, like the issue of the somebody who is maybe not capable of defending themselves having a firearm in the classroom. So like, what if one of those crazy ass kids decides they want to use that firearm to start popping people? You
Well,
know,
that's the thing. Like safety, where is the gun gonna be put
yeah,
up there in a safe or something, so where the
sure.
kids don't have access to it? And then at that point, if it's in a safe, is it loaded in a safe or is it not loaded in a safe? Because
Hmm.
it's like, do you have that time? If a
Yeah, a
kid's
lot
just
of
walking, busting indoors, do you have time to open that safe up and load it and then shoot it? You might have
yeah.
to just be able to open that bitch up with a fingerprint and then shoot that motherfucker because you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like there has to be definitely some rules put in place for it and there has to be like, you know what I'm saying, a system and like procedures and
Yeah.
there has to be training. If they're gonna do it, there has to be training. I agree. But that's with anything though. Like that's with but like with guns in general, there has to be training on, the proper way to use one and the proper way to handle one. And
Yeah.
then go from there. I mean, but
Uh-huh.
to depend on the police to do their job, we obviously see that's not
Well,
gonna fucking happen. The
I
police do not want to go and fight with anybody that is shooting back.
yeah.
That's a fact.
Well,
Unless they're outnumbering them, and that's the truth.
yeah.
You never like, bro. Listen, you see 30. You see if you see, and this is the problem with Chicago right now, and this is why the police have lost control of Chicago. It's not just 5 people at random shooting back at them and shit like that. They're going up to neighborhoods and trying to do shit in neighborhoods and getting in shootouts with whole blocks
Mm,
that have enough ammunition to fight a war. You know what I'm saying? So that is it's different down here, but in certain places, like you're not going to really you don't see the police. The police they act a lot different because they know it's a more dangerous situation than just okay, it's one man, and if he's a shooter, we're gonna get 10 people and we're gonna surround him and corner him in.
mhm.
No, you can't corner nobody in because it's about 10 people. You don't know where they're at. They're shooting from different windows. You know what I'm saying? It's a
Yeah.
little different. It's a
Well,
little
I mean, I
different.
would say in the instance where you're talking about, because we're specifically talking about schools, though, like more of a police presence there would alleviate a lot of what you're saying. Like what you're
Oh
saying,
yeah,
police officer not wanting to engage in something like that where they're outnumbered and things like that. I do get that, but yeah, I mean, in the case with Uvalde, even though there was only one shooter and the police weren't so quick to enter the school in that
which is
case.
crazy. He had
So I
two
do.
ARs, so I guess they treated it like there's 2 people.
I do agree based off like recent current events and recent history. Unfortunately, like those are really, really bad examples of policing. Um,
Even the one down in Miami, bro. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah.
Where the first one happened that set off the chain reaction for all this
Mhm.
bullshit. Where the kid literally ran in there with the gun, shot all them people. You had fucking 5 cops on the fucking school campus. You had one ice rod that was already there that literally didn't even that literally like I think it was like he locked himself in his office or some shit
Mm.
like a pussy. Like he was immediately fired after that happened. Like it's just to me, and you know what's the crazy part? He'll go get a job in Florida somewhere else in a different county.
Sure.
But it's like at that point, when you have cops that just refuse to do what we pay them to do, what we pay their pensions, their retirement funds, you know what I'm saying? It's like, hold on, bro. That and no, don't get me wrong. I have no problem with police officers, but it's like when cops literally like that Uvalde shit is a very, very bad look, and
Yeah.
it's really people think it's like, oh, that's just like a random occurrence, like that's not common, like that can't um that can happen. Like, no, I mean, that probably would happen a lot more than you think it would. Like, you don't know these people. Like, these are not military guys. Most of them, some of them are, but most of them are not military guys that have that mindset. Like, I know what I signed up for.
We have to take that under consider. Like, so when people say like that it probably doesn't happen a lot or whatever, there's not many times that we're made privy to things like this. So when the
No.
times that we are, and then it's something like this, you know what I mean? We have to take the information that we're given, and in that case, that failure of policing, uh, it may not be the reason for, but it contributed to the loss of a ton of adolescent life. You know what I mean? Which is
So
wild.
I agree with you. So I'll piggyback off that. It
Yeah.
wasn't the reason why that occurred, but what it did was it exposed another problem that we're having.
Yeah, I'm about to light this up.
Like that thing up, man.
There we
It's
go.
it's exposed another problem that we're having in this country. When you see situations like that Uvalde shooting happened, and you have countless kids that died, and then you had parents that were trying to go in there, and they weren't allowing the parents to actually go in there and get their kids, and they were deciding that they weren't going to go in until they had a certain amount of numbers. It's almost like they thought there was like 4 shooters in that school or something, and they weren't going to go in there and risk their lives.
Yeah. Well, one thing to consider, and I don't want to even defend any of that, but I guess one thing to
But
consider.
you're going to.
I mean, we have to have a conversation. But yeah, so one thing to consider is like if you feel like in order to approach the situation, you have to you could cause death in that. You feel what I'm saying? Like by penetrating the school or whatever, and then all of a sudden he says, okay, well they're coming in this bitch, so now I'm gonna start for real killing motherfucker.
Okay,
But
so when you didn't go in, he was still capping motherfuckers. I mean,
well,
you
you're
think
right.
that would sway the decision? You know what I'm saying? Like, he was still capping motherfuckers.
Yeah, no, I feel you. That's why it's like it's not really something to defend. I'm just trying to offer other
No,
perspective.
yeah, no, that is good perspective. I do understand. Listen, there's not
Yeah.
many people that are gonna run towards the fire. And
Skip,
that's 100% real.
skip in the building.
Skip.
Skip.
But you gotta set your camera on and you have your microphone on.
It's like you're in, but you're here with us.
Yeah, you're watching us like a creeper.
Yeah, literally. I'll
You're
go
like
down.
you're like the weird stepdad that likes to watch his stepson in the shower.
Whoa.
Yeah, I went to a dark place, but it happens.
Whoa.
Okay. You hear what I said? Okay.
He said, first off,
Nah. That Uvalde shit, dog. I'm trying to tell you, bro.
yeah, that's what we were
Like,
talking
that was a real bad look, man. Like, it was just.
And I had to get a mega pint of vodka for my dog Johnny.
about. Oh yeah, Johnny who?
Johnny Depp. He wants a child.
Still
Yeah,
stuff.
but she's appealing it.
No, she can't appeal it, bro. She's done with.
No, she's appealing it. What do you mean?
But she already
Look it
lost.
up. No, look it up. It's already
No,
done with.
she listen. No, what happened was is
Yeah.
Johnny Depp said he would they basically drop everything, not make her pay the money if she apologized, and if she didn't go for the appeal, and she said she's appealing it. So now she has to pay him all that money.
I don't know.
He's like,
I
well,
don't
fuck
know.
that. Johnny won.
No, he still won. As
She
of
ain't
right
winning
now,
that
he's won.
appeal. She ain't winning the appeal.
I don't think so either. I think she's wasting the last few pennies she has left. Honestly,
You know what?
Is there anybody else on here like watching or
It's just
like?
us.
Oh, okay.
just us.
Word.
The with that, so Skip, you feel strongly in the camp of Johnny Depp, right?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So you don't think that he caused any emotional abuse to that beautiful young woman?
Yeah.
Nah, bro. Nah, she's a crazy bitch.
Oh, so she's a crazy bitch. See,
You
so
She
know,
why
is,
is it?
bro. She's a narcissist. You feel me? It's just she's no good, bro. This is what it is.
she's no
Yeah,
good.
it takes one to know one, huh? No, I'm just playing. No, but seriously,
Yeah.
you think she's crazy? She's really not
I've,
crazy, bro.
I feel like I've dealt with one. I'm dealing with one, so I can relate.
Red Bull, shout out Red Bull, sponsor the boys.
Definitely shout out Red Bull. And shout out whatever Skip's going through. Wow, damn, we just we just touched on something deep and just moved on.
No. I mean, it's what
Yeah,
it
no,
is.
he went through. He had a flashback right there,
Yeah.
emotional flashback.
He said bitches do be shit in bed. You know what I mean? I know for a fact.
He was doing the KD free throw line, shaking his fucking shoulders and shit.
No, for sure.
Hey, what y'all
Yeah.
think
By the
about
way, you're
Westbrook?
well.
Cambry,
KD just came out and said that Steph Curry's Game 4 Finals performance was the finals performance to him that let him know like this is the best he's seen. Now my rebuttal to KD on Twitter is bitch, you should have seen it all year when he carried your ass to 2 finals, you fucking pussy.
yeah.
Yeah.
He
I,
didn't write back.
I heard some rumors today where they were kind of talking about KD after if Kyrie ends up leaving Brooklyn, that could be a possible place he would want to go to. They'd have
No,
to.
he literally said he's open to going back to Golden State on his podcast.
Oh, really?
You think
Yeah.
LeBron would ever go to Golden State?
He's already said he wants to play with Steph. Listen, you guys have to pay attention to
Yeah.
something. Every one of them guys knows Steph Curry is coming into his prime right now. After watching him last season, they know like this dude's about to be. He's about to have like his Jordan second win. You know what I'm saying? Like when Jordan went for 3 rings the second time, Steph Curry, he's there.
He's on that.
He's on that path. Like I heard Tracy McGrady say, like Steph don't have to do shit, but keep doing what he's doing on his trajectory. If he wins a Finals MVP in the Finals, it's hard to keep him out of your top 5.
Hey, that's Mr. Two Entree. That's what we call him, man.
Yeah, 2 entree.
Entree. Keep it coming.
Are you eating by yourself?
I am. I'm over here. I'm at
My
the bar.
God,
I got no one with me at the bar.
Yeah,
Busted.
yeah, we need to
dude.
pull up right there. That's just
Thank God you can't you're on a live right now. They probably think you're doing something for
No, I
cool.
was watching.
Not a
I was
weirdo.
watching that streamer Z-Laner on the game.
yeah.
Oh, watch you have Hulu?
Yeah.
Watch the deep end.
Yeah.
Watch the deep end on Hulu.
Your opinion on that would be
Yeah, dude. I wish you'd have watched it and then came on here. Cause
yeah,
What is it about?
listen, brother.
yeah.
It's a life experience. I'll tell you that.
Think about Amber Heard, but she has her own cult.
Okay.
Bro, listen. This bitch is drowning people. Like I'm not holding you under the water. The water's holding you under the water.
Literally.
Bitch. No, your hands are on my throat.
They could have point. They could have got him at any point. Like what the fuck?
Like that. I don't know if she obviously put the documentary out for money, but let me tell you this.
Hey,
That definitely is gonna be the same documentary that indicts her.
Maybe she didn't have a final.
hold on. It's Amber Heard. Then it's
Oh,
Amber Heard.
no, it's a female.
No, this is Teal Swan.
Ah, Jinx, we're on that. Yeah, Tia Swan. She's a YouTuber. She has basically a cult now. And people pay $5,000 to come to her retreat, and she gives them like life advice and shit.
Spiritual healing.
That's better. That's better.
Are cults legal?
Well, I think that's actually why she's like kind of being investigated. The point of the documentary, there's a lady that's trying to determine whether or not she's a cult or not. Actually, look that up real quick, because that's a great question for real.
She tries to say that she's a doctor of herbal medicine
Yeah.
and natural remedies, which means that she doesn't have to be licensed to practice.
Okay.
But if you notice, Dr. Selby, who cured cancer with
Definitely
natural
illegal.
remedies. No. Because I'm going to say it's illegal because if you kill Dr. Selby for curing cancer with plants and you put him in prison because you say that he's not a real doctor, then she definitely gets to go to prison too.
Yeah,
I'm not taking the white guy.
I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying whether it's legal or not.
You're not taking the black doctor. You're not
Nowadays,
taking
with
the
our
white girl
government,
doctor.
it's definitely illegal.
Yeah, that's good, man. Supporting the white woman, trying to keep her out of jail. No, she need to go to fucking prison, dog.
She needs to go to fucking prison. Put her underneath the prison.
By the way,
And Skip, she killed 4 people. So
Okay, well, no. Hold on, time. No. Okay, we can't say that because
And we watched her drown 3.
we're being recorded right now, and that's not technically true. So the thing is, people have accused her because 4 people around her has committed suicide, and she's
Subpoena me to be a witness. I
she's
watched it.
yeah, they might subpoena you for something else, but yeah. So she basically people say that she's irresponsible and she encourages damaged people to commit suicide. She says that's a reset button because she believes in reincarnation. So if you have a shitty life and you want to reset that, just go ahead and end it.
Okay, illegal.
By the way, I actually have the answer on that too, the cult thing.
That's
So-
that's I believe that's like you can get charged with murder.
Yeah. Oh,
Well,
dude,
if they can prove that she's responsible, that like her.
Talking into somebody like killing themselves is murder.
Well, no, not necessarily because Dr. Kenny didn't get charged for murder.
Look who's defending them now. Now, Deuce trying to keep the white women out of jail. Okay.
No, I'm just saying that I'm not. No, I'm saying she's gonna go to prison, but you're not gonna get a first degree.
Yeah, I feel you.
We're gonna go by the book. Dr. Kenny.
Look,
Lord bless his soul.
no appeals.
He was hypnotizing people, and some people died. And you know what? He didn't get charged for murder. So it's like I don't think she can really get charged for murder for treatments that necessarily didn't correlate in the death of somebody. Like if they went and killed themselves separately, I don't think that she can necessarily be charged for murder.
Yeah, but if you're giving medical advice though, because you're basically offering them therapy, which is medical. So if you're not, there's a code of ethics when you're offering people medical treatment. So if you're violating that code of ethics, because one, you're not qualified in the first place, which we don't think Teal is qualified.
Yeah.
And then aside from that, literally the information that you're giving is non-ethical because you're telling people.
Well, it depends though, because what kind of medicine are you practicing? She's practicing natural herbal medicine, natural remedies. So there's not really a guideline.
Natural, a 9mm to your fucking skull and pull the trigger. That's very.
She's not doing that, bro. These people are committing suicide. They're blowing their brains out, hanging themselves.
Various ways. However,
okay.
Doing it. She doesn't.
However they feel, whatever your flavor is.
Whichever one gives you enough fucking balls to finally do it, you pussy. That's how she feels. That's how she feels.
Okay.
Not me. That's
what she said.
Yeah,
hopefully that's what she said. Let's pull that up.
Yeah, she might not have said that exactly, but it's because she's sneakier. Because she's sneakier about it. You know what I'm saying? She went about it.
She's just like suicide is perfect. It's healthy for you.
Well, she says she literally does say it's the reset. Another thing that they do skip just to bring you.
It's the ultimate reset.
This is another thing that I thought was really funny. She would so she'd have therapy sessions. If somebody had like a traumatic experience with somebody passing in their life, she would have somebody else random. So like say that my grandfather passed away, me and you are in the group. She'd say, hey, Skip, come over here. You're going to be Big Baby's grandfather. Okay. And you're going to you just have to accept Big Baby's grandfather's consciousness into your brain. And then you're going to say yes, because you're in this group. And then me and you are going to have a conversation and you're going to be my grandfather. And you're going to tell me like, it's okay. I'm going to say, I'm sorry. I didn't say I love you last time I saw you. And you're going to say,
you're talking to a broom.
I'm proud of you.
But you're really talking to a broom.
Well, no, but you're talking to another. Yeah. You are talking to another person, though, Deuce.
I mean,
okay, but one, she's talking to a fucking broom.
That might have happened too. She might use broom. I don't know.
Now, as long as there's not like any marriages that are carrying on to like the next person, like your grandfather, like your grandmother is now my wife.
Okay.
When stuff like that starts happening, and
does she have the weird sex cult thing going on? Because usually it calls for some weird sexual rituals. I think that's where the problem is. Yeah. The government likes their own sexual rituals at the Bohemian Grave, but then when other people try to do the sexual rituals, they're like, that's not okay.
Well,
we're the only ones allowed.
The problem is with these cults is
there's so many freaks.
They start integrating. All of a sudden, sisters and brothers are doing this and that because they don't even know.
Ain't no fucking.
Because they don't even know. Like some dude has like 4 or 5 wives.
Bro, even Kevin.
Well, usually it's the cult leader. Like she basically would have access to all the men, and then all the other females, their pussies would just have to dry up and turn to dust. and she would be getting all the dick. That's basically. And
Oh,
be honest with me, to be honest with you guys and myself, the first episode, I got that vibe.
that's what she's doing. That's exactly what she's doing.
I got that vibe. I was like, yeah, the dude has a girlfriend. She doesn't want the girlfriend to come,
Yeah,
and then when the girlfriend comes, she's like, you can't leave.
yeah,
Eat my pussy too. And it's just like, whoa, wait,
yeah.
you're so aggressive.
Yeah, like she's like, "Who is this bitch? Rub my feet." Literally, and then Deuce actually, you made a great point. He said all this happened while the cameras were on. So he said once the cameras went off, he immediately started sucking on her toes, which is fact.
Immediately, he was rubbing on her feet way too romantic.
Is this a remake or is this like a live?
Bro, this is a documentary that
Yeah.
she literally published, and she probably, like I said, she will be indicted behind this. There's no way she's not.
Truly,
You seen
They will be playing
you
this
seen
in court.
they just gave Maxwell that Epstein's wife. They just
She
the
died.
Fed
I thought they killed her.
the Feds recommended
hit her
like
pretty
40
good.
years or something.
They hit her pretty well. That's all I'm gonna say. She'll be dead by the second year. They'll kill her. Right?
that 40 years is light. That's all I got to say.
Bro, listen, she trafficked like over 100 and something women. But you should get 10 for each one. We'll see you in the afterlife.
What do you think that island's going for right now? We might actually be able to get in on some low ball real estate.
Bro, the fact that I have family that lives in those islands is just fucking distressing. I probably had family that works on that island, bro. No cap, bro. Real shit. No, I'm not even playing. I have family through Barbados,
I hope not.
St. Martin, Guadeloupe. But you have to understand, like the way that my family is down there, they don't think how we think. They don't have like first world. They don't think about first world problems. You know what I'm saying? Like that dude's paying them.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't even know. I probably don't. Like, but I gotta be honest. I haven't met all my family. I have a lot of family. So, like I said, I might know someone that worked. You know what I'm saying? Because they had a lot of locals come there and do shit. You know.
No,
so what I'm saying is like that dude pays you double or triple what you're making anywhere else to come there and work. Like, yeah, you're gonna keep your mouth shut. You're gonna work and you keep your head down. Because guess what? Like he's paying you double or triple, and there's not many options out there for those people to make.
Deuce, they're paying you double or triple. They're fucking kids, dog.
Listen, let me tell you like this.
I think that's what you're missing.
No. Let me tell you this.
So your price was so low.
Listen to this.
You said double.
In that documentary, people missed a big fact that was dropped in that documentary, where they said that they used to see local black young girls on that island too, bro. You feel what I'm saying? So to think that them people on them islands weren't turning a blind eye to that shit, they fucking damn right. But the government, the goddamn government was turning a blind eye to that shit in Barbados. Bro.
Oh yeah, of course.
100%.
They were paying them off.
You don't think that? You think there was only white girls from America getting smuggled in that shit, bro?
That's not what I'm saying.
The white girls were what the politicians and the princes and shit wanted. You feel what I'm saying? Epstein had some other friends that were a little sick and twisted. You feel me? You know what they said though? They said that they never saw the black girls leave.
What does that mean? They died?
You know they say you used to do rituals on the island. Blood sacrifices.
The biggest. I never even heard that.
It's in the documentary, but it's a very short clip where they just say it real quick. You feel what I'm saying?
I'm sure
they don't divulge into it.
They just dropped a hint. Like,
bro, the dude, and it's one of the dudes that worked on the island. He's literally like, yeah, you know, and then a couple other people, they're like, yeah, you used to see black girls on the island too, but you never saw them leave.
I think the biggest problem with it was the underage with the women and stuff like that. That's the biggest problem.
I mean, 40-year-old men. It doesn't even matter if she's 18. If you're 40 and dealing with 18-year-old, bro. I mean, you know, like you got a god complex, my nigga. Like there's so many bad bitches that are 30 and 25 and like in their 20s, like. You going that young? You're like a pedophile, brother. Like somebody tell you.
That's the word.
No, but they were going years younger than that.
16, 15. I know they're sick.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you have like a biological problem at that point when you're doing like, bro. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like I said, the islands is sick, twisted shit. I'll say it like this: my mother kept me away from my dad, my real dad's side of the family. She didn't let me go around my uncle. You know what I'm saying? And because one of my uncles is a fucking weirdo.
What is that noise?
Oh, it's just this. My bad. Yeah, I was getting antsy talking about it. That's some weird shit to talk
Yeah.
about. But
I thought it was you, to be honest, Skip. I was like, oh, he's got some shit going on in the background.
No.
I thought that boy was about to get a drill put on him or something. Someone's loading a clip behind him. About to see some Tony Soprano shit.
Somebody could come up here and slide me right now.
Hey, but you'd be
You're
happy.
on a live. Like you're on a
I'd be
live.
2
Your
seconds
location
late.
is out there.
You went out the way that you wanted, though. Yeah, we'd definitely go viral if that happened. Caleb, keep doing this, man. Oh, and by the way, you are making me like need to go to Buffalo Wild Wings right now.
Hey,
Like, damn,
listen, Buffalo Wild Wings low key got some fire burgers.
the All American burger goes nuts.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's
what I'm
about
on
the
right now
only
with
thing
some
good on the
bacon.
menu though.
With some bacon.
No cap.
I got some. You gotta get the
Fuck
Asian
that.
zing.
They changed the menu like 5 years ago. Went to
You gotta
complete
get
dog
these
shit.
little boneless.
Yeah,
They went from like high end bar food to just like regular bar food. Shitty.
Anybody that watches this,
yeah,
it's full of shit.
yeah. I'm trying the little boy.
You're
The
eating a fucking burger. Like you act like you're
This
eating
burger
a
right here?
steak or like salmon a la mode or something. Like give me a break.
whole Alamo. What
For
the fuck?
Northport and where I'm at right now, the location.
No, you're
This
lit.
is a pretty good burger,
Don't shit on Northport,
Oh,
bro.
great.
Don't shit on Northport. Don't do that. Okay.
No, not wrong. That's one of the best burgers you're gonna get there in the
Home
entire.
of the stone crabs.
Home of the stone crabs. Get the fuck out of here. Don't they play in Port Charlotte?
Nah, but you know, out here in Venice, Florida, we got the Braves out here. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We're rocking with the Braves. Like
That's
what that boy 42 Doug said.
I'm always
Hey,
rapping.
I heard the Brave Stadium has a pretty good like taco spot. Like they got like a restaurant there.
Fire ass little bar spot up there.
Mm.
That's
Yeah.
open every day. You go
Really?
up there and hang the fuck out. Old people be going up there and getting drunk as fuck, bro. Getting turned.
Would they let us do a podcast there? We just need to start asking places.
Bro, we could do a podcast there. We could go live there because we just sit down, eat our food, order our drinks, and
Oh, we could, because like, what the fuck are you gonna say? Because it's my phone. But I'm saying, like, could I bring equipment up in that bitch?
I don't know. Probably have to ask that. Well, it's the stadium that runs it, so I don't know. We might. I mean, I don't know, bro. My dad knows them people, so he might be able to finesse them.
Listen,
Might be able to finesse them,
Yeah.
bro.
Exactly. Let's do that.
Because he knows the people that work in the front office. If the dude still works there, you know, people be switching up jobs.
Whatever. Hey, well then he can give us the guy that works there now.
He went to the governor when DeSantis came up here and had a little governor's ball up there, and my dad and them went and met him.
Yeah.
Took some pictures. My dad wore his MAGA hat. Because you know DeSantis fucking Trump.
Yeah, Discord and Chrissy, thank you. The food does look great. We were just talking to Skip about that. He's already demolished it. This is pretty much the end of it.
He's inhaling it, actually. He inhales it.
No.
He doesn't eat it.
I have not inhaled it.
He doesn't taste this food.
So he methodically took it apart.
Listen,
Methodically
nice-
bit it to pieces.
we went and did a nice workout yesterday.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm about to go get one after this podcast, and that's why I'm
we
cranking this Red Bulls.
We did abs and stuff yesterday, bro. I've been walking around like sitting at the house, bro. Feeling like I got it. Like I got to shit all day long. Like
What if I told you like my
abs hurt so bad. My abs hurt so bad.
Hey,
What if I told you like my abs don't hurt at all? Like I don't feel it.
Oh, did you guys do the workout together?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're trying to like big time him right now.
Yeah,
No, I'm
basically.
not.
He's trying to big dog me.
I told him it's like I've already been working out, so I can't work out how he can work out.
That's what you're doing?
Because like I can't work out how he's gonna work out. I've already been in there for a month or 2 months.
We went pound for pound. You feel me? He might have me on the stamina a little bit on the treadmill, but
okay.
I make up for it on
you
the
act
weights.
like you act like you were getting the depth on the squat machine. Like, come on, brother.
Oh,
I'm
you were
maxing out.
struggling.
I'm maxing out more than him.
You got to get all the way down. You definitely
You're maxing out more than me. Look in the camera and say,
I'm maxing out more than him.
"No, you're not." You threw a 45 on and said, "This is what we're doing." I said, "No." I said, "No, we're not doing this."
you
We're
wanted to
45 and a 25 to start. We're finishing out at 225 pounds, and we didn't even get there.
Damn.
But I put him on the leg press machine, and he tried to put one freaking dumbbell on each side. I said, "Caleb, if you don't throw two more on them bitches."
Listen, it was
He did his
my
first
first
rep.
time in a while. My first time in a while. You know?
That's what I'm trying to say. So my thing is we're not going to work out the same. So if we do an ab workout, I've been doing that same ab workout for 5 weeks now. It's not going to affect me like it's affecting you. I got to do something a little different. That's why when we did legs, I went heavier than he did. That's why when we did upper body, I went a little bit heavier because I had to go heavier because I've been doing it already.
That's why
You know
out.
what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Okay. So
It's
he's
I
a
know
little
you may.
seasoned. He's a little seasoned.
I'm just stronger than you in general
All right.
anyway, but you know what I'm saying? Just
Okay. Oh, shit.
like that's been a fact.
What?
Since high school I've been
What?
stronger than you. I
It's
don't know you know what we're talking about.
it's not personal.
Yeah, and then I hit a growth
Your
spurt.
parents just aren't
You're
good.
not.
What does that
You're
have
not
to do
even
with
close.
strength? You grew 2 inches.
Yeah.
You're not even close to me, bro. It's
What
not
do you
even a
mean?
question.
I am stronger than you, Caleb.
No, you're not. We can
Bro,
go
listen.
test it out.
Do you forget when we moved Cody's furniture? Y'all motherfuckers were struggling to pick shit up. I'm throwing shit on my shoulder, carrying out the house. Like, what are you
You're
talking
talking about
about?
awkward shaped items and stuff. We're
How
just
do
talking
you
about
picking up
lifting
shit,
a
picking
weight.
up heavy shit? That's strength.
Well, wingspan.
Picking up. How can you pick up heavy shit? Strength, bro. No, it's harder for me to bench because I have longer arms. I have to go a longer distance. That's why I've never been able to bench a lot. The highest I benched was 275 because for Caleb with his fucking T-Rex arms, he's only got to go up 3 inches. I have to go up fucking 10.
You got me fucked up,
You know
bro.
what I'm saying?
You're
For a bench, you have to
your
lock out
length
your
isn't
arms for it
any
to
much
fucking
further
be.
than mine.
Caleb, I have like a
What?
7-something
This
inch
guy is
wingspan.
talking
What do
like
you
he's like
mean, brother?
6'2".
I can touch my
Hey, bro.
knees.
Can I check out when I'm here?
Standing straight up, my hands touch my knees, brother.
This man's built like a Snaggle Fraggle. You're really gonna talk about him? Like, what do you
Bro,
say?
like my torso's short.
Like,
I am all arms and
you're talking
legs.
to him.
Bro.
I said I may be short, but I'm all limbs.
There you go. Yeah.
We have to be able to swim in the islands. You know what I'm saying? You need these limbs, long limbs, be able to.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? See that motion right there? You see, you don't know nothing about that, brother. Just because I don't jump in the ocean doesn't mean I'm not one with the ocean. I know what's in there. That's why I don't go in it.
I'm at a bar, so I gotta, keep it down a little
You
bit.
got to clean it
No,
up.
bro, fuck them. They're fucking slow. They're empty. Who cares? We're giving them business right now. Free advertising.
Caleb, by the way, we had a question that kind of applies to what we're talking about right now.
I
Alligator.
wish they could hear me.
What?
You got to fight for your life. Alligator or shark? Which one would you rather take on?
I'd rather take on a shark
Why do you say that?
Slowest thing I've ever heard in my
all
life.
day. All
Yeah.
day.
Why do you say that?
Okay, well we're gonna give a specific shark, a great white.
Okay, where? Okay, hold on. A shark.
A
all
great
day
white
long.
or a Cayman alligator. How about that?
No. Okay.
There you
Or
go.
a Cayman alligator is one of the smallest alligators, so I'd probably say a
It's
Cayman.
one of the most aggressive alligators too.
This is the thing, bro. This is the thing.
An alligator? No, I'm actually a Cayman.
Where am I
Is a
at with
Cayman
the shark?
alligator or a crocodile?
Where
Just
am
in,
I at with the shark?
just in their environment.
I'm doing my research.
You know what I mean?
Like I'm just out in the ocean. Is
You're
visibility
deep
good?
ocean with the shark. You're in deep ocean. Ain't no touching on the ground. Ain't no standing up.
So
You're
I
in
have
the.
like this, like 40 feet, 50 feet visibility.
Okay, yeah. Let's say that.
I'm with the shark all day.
Oh, you're tripping. Okay, I love it though. I love it. Yeah, I just don't understand what your reasoning is. You have a reason?
Okay. Yeah, 100%. So the thing is, the alligator.
Yeah.
Like, am I fighting it? Like hand-to-hand combat? Like fighting this shark? Or
Hand to hand combat. And by the way, and neither of these
Bro, Cayman alligators get
like,
up to 15 feet long. What the hell are you talking about? Them things are fucking massive, brother.
that's massive, brother.
The hell? 4.5 meters.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
With that long ass snap, bro. Let me. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it,
Like,
but
I'm trying to hold on. I'm
Look
trying
at
to do
that
the
fucking
math.
thing,
Like,
man.
Is 4.5 meters 12 feet?
Yeah,
4.5 meters is I just told you how much it was. It was 15
At
feet.
least
4.5
in the
meters.
open. At least with a shark, you're in the open. You can see it coming. It's not gonna just be aggressive for no reason. Like I'd rather
You're trying to make it like a nice shark. We're not talking about the shark from Shark Tale. We're talking about the shark that wants to bite your head off.
it's
Like,
pissed at you. Okay, this
say
shark.
it like this: you were on a ship. You were on a military ship. It blew up, and your
Yeah.
leg's bleeding, and you're in the water.
Well, hey, real quick, do you know in Jaws?
There you
Okay, you know in Jaws when they fought the captain, and then in Jaws 2 or Jaws 3, it might have been that same shark traveled across the fucking world to California to see. Okay, this is the shark that's coming after you. Okay,
The
Not
shark
gonna.
just ate
Oh,
countless people.
Okay. So it's inevitable. I'm gonna die. So you're
oh,
pretty much just asking me
No,
what
no,
I'd rather
no. You
die
gotta.
from.
All right, you have a Bowie knife on you. What are you gonna do? Shark
no,
or crocodile?
interesting question though too. That's also an interesting question. But no, we are asking you. I'm just saying, and most likely you're gonna lose, whether it's a shark or alligator. But which one
Okay.
do you think you have the better chance of surviving? Whether that be you fuck up the alligator or shark enough to get them to go away and give up on
I'd
trying.
say a shark. A shark.
Yeah,
It's gonna take a. It's
I'm
gonna
so
take a bite
confused.
You're in deep ocean. You're gonna
and die
drown
out.
anyway. You're gonna be tired. You're gonna catch a Charlie horse. And you're gonna drown
See,
out.
this is the thing. There's too many stipulations to this question. You know,
No
like
stipulations. Where are you gonna see a shark? You're gonna see him in deep ocean.
It's literally where would you see one of these animals? Okay, who do you have a better chance against? There's fucking no
a shark.
stipulation.
A shark.
But
Dude.
okay, but your reason is okay. So far you said
Because okay, so like so say you go to one of these lagoons up in
You
northern
know,
Florida, right?
alligators are partly blind.
No, no, they're not. No,
You
they're
know
not.
when they go underwater, they can barely see. You know when they
it's
go
Listen,
underwater, they try to feel with their
shark.
noses.
I think what you're
listen.
saying is sharks. They say like with sharks, stay still because they won't see you or some shit. I'm probably
No,
wrong.
that's with alligators.
An
Alligators, you need to go
alligator.
under the water because when
Okay.
they're underwater, they don't see as well as when they're above water. They have these little things that come over their eyes that allow them to see, but it's not as
You're,
good.
the alligator, you're gonna get underwater with it.
Listen, an
I'm
alligator
not
is
going to
just
stay
gonna
above
jump
water.
out
I need
and
to be
grab
able to
you.
get on the ground.
Bro, I'm getting out of the fucking water altogether.
Well, eventually, I'm going to work my way out of the water, but I just can't work my way straight out of the water when it's swimming at me. I have to dive down.
You're gonna
I have
get.
to get away.
You're
Bro,
insane.
you can go underneath an alligator. You know
Okay,
that? An alligator feels with his nose, bro, underwater. I'm telling you.
right now,
With its
No,
snout.
right now, this is
and
like
so does a shark. You know, sharks have their eyes on the side of their head. Like, what do you like?
Yeah, but a shark is going to be able to taste you in the water, bro. It's
oh,
going to
bro.
taste you. It's going to literally taste you in the water. Like,
When blood's in the water, you might have 3 or 4 sharks come over there. Just want to.
yeah, brother, you are not making it. Do you know after, like, bro, when those military ships go down and shit, do you hear the story about all the people that were eaten by fucking sharks, bro? It was like, bro, there was like, what, 3 people that survived, and they had to watch
Yeah,
all those people just get
you're talking
eaten.
about the USS Indiana or Indianapolis. I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ, it was like a horror story. Listen to that
Yeah.
shit.
Well, and it was also where they were at and the type of sharks they were with. You know, so they were around. I think mako sharks, which are like the most aggressive out in the open. You know, just they're fast and
Yeah.
You know why they were
there's
so
just
aggressive? There was
a ton of
fucking
them.
40 gallons of blood in the water. That's why. That's
Yeah,
why.
Oh yeah,
definitely. It's fun.
You
most
set them
definitely.
shits
But
into a frenzy, bro. It's like a bunch of piranhas down there,
Yeah.
except they're bigger.
the thing is with an alligator though, it's gonna jump out of nowhere. It's gonna grab you by your arm. It's gonna rip you limb for limb.
Caleb, you act like you don't live in Florida. You can't see when the alligator's sitting there, brother.
No, you can't.
Oh my god.
I,
I
I
don't
will
go near water in Florida
never
without looking for
them.
You
shit.
didn't just see
Like,
the you didn't just see the dude that was scuba diving and got grabbed by an alligator on his head. He
Damn.
had
he's an
surgery and stuff.
asshole.
He was one of those guys that go in the water and they like do like they search for things in the canals and stuff.
So it
And
wasn't his job, it was his hobby.
didn't see the alligator and it grabbed him by its head.
Did he live?
Yeah,
who goes
yeah, he went
looking
to the
for the
hospital.
If a shark grabs you on the head like that, it's a wrap. That's why you take fucking. That's why you do not mess with the shark. Alligator
Nah,
grabbed this dude by the head. He got out of the. He said, "Damn, I could have lost my life there. Let me go home."
I guarantee
So,
he's
like,
still doing that shit.
Exactly. He came back.
Yeah,
to
but he was with people. He was with people and stuff. You know, if he was by himself, he would have died.
That's
Bro,
smart.
listen. I
Yeah.
would just carry a blade, bro. Like, it's just, to me, carrying a Bowie knife. You just
Okay,
need
and
one
if you're
good
talking
shot.
about carrying a blade, you're in the open ocean with
Yeah.
let's say a tiger shark.
So you have no weapons. Whenever we're asking these questions, you never have the weapon because we're not
He
giving.
just said a
Well,
Bowie
no,
knife.
I
don't-
always carry a Bowie knife on me when I go in open
Oh,
water.
he's carried. Okay, Rambo.
to that. You know what I'm saying?
Caleb, when I went fucking scuba dive, when I went lobster fishing,
Now,
I had a
Before
knife.
do you have it on you right
before he goes and does anything, he's sharpening it.
now? Sit there. Don't motion to nobody in your house to bring that
Hey,
shit.
listen. When you prepare, they can't get you off guard. You know what I'm saying?
He has the grinder on the block.
Yeah. Stay ready. Don't
In
got
that
it.
bitch, in
Come
that
on,
bitch, we're
bro.
looking like a. I put on the iPad just for aesthetic. You know what I'm saying?
No, listen.
I'm on the dock just sharpening that bitch.
I gotta get out of here soon, but I just
Oh, they're looking
I
for
just
Moby
think
Dick.
you're definitely gonna be able to survive a shark attack more than an alligator attack. If
Yeah.
you're by yourself It's just you're gonna be able to. If an alligator, you're gonna be able to see the visibility.
Sure.
A shark isn't gonna just keep coming at you. You know, let's be real. Like they're gonna if they do come at you, it's gonna be like worst case scenario. They're gonna come at you, but I mean you're gonna see them and you might be able to dodge it.
Which
You know,
bite
like
is better? Which
swim
bite is
around.
worse? A shark bite or an alligator bite?
Well, it's not. I would say a bite, a shark, but what happens after the bite, an alligator, because an alligator is gonna bite my arm and then twirl around and rip this arm clean off. A shark is gonna take
I
a
lose an
bite.
arm, but I live to tell the
Maybe
story.
I might lose a piece of my arm, but you know I'm gonna have my arm there. You know,
Yeah.
probably
You're
gonna have to
not
get
being,
it
you're
cut
not gonna
off.
be able to swim all the way back to shore, and then he's gonna finish the job.
Sharks don't really eat humans like that, bro. Like they bite and they go. What do you think happens to these surfers out in like Australia? You know, when they're surfing, there's great
Well,
whites out there. You
now
know.
those shark attacks are getting more common, and they're getting more aggressive. And the reason why is the food sources in the oceans are getting more and more scarce.
Oh yeah,
So
like
humans
China.
have been on the menu a little bit more recently than
Mm.
usual. So don't have that idea like, oh, we're not on the menu. No, once it's in their genetics that humans are meat that they can eat, we're gonna be on the menu.
People like you who think sharks are pussies.
No. I'm not saying that. I just know like animals, and I know from an animal
Yeah.
standpoint what I know of each.
Yeah.
You
like
know, an alligator is gonna sneak up on you and sneak you. You know,
yeah.
he's
So
not.
much easier to kill an alligator because the alligator is gonna come to you.
Now, if you're talking
That
about a great
shark
white
is
and
gonna
you're
swim
like over there in
around. It's gonna move around you. It's gonna fuck with you a little bit, and then as soon as you're not looking at that shark, that's
Videos
when it's gonna come for its
of
life.
people. I've seen videos of Jamaicans beating alligators to death with a tree branch. I'm just saying. I've seen it with my own eyes. Straight
I tell you, bro, we don't fear alligators down there. We fear sharks.
yeah. If you're talking about an alligator out of water, oh yeah,
Take it out of water. That's the first thing I'm doing. That's the whole. Okay, so look, let me just before you get off, let me just tell you why I choose shark and why I'm correct. Because if you encounter a shark, even if you're 40 feet away, like you are in such a disadvantage as a human being in the ocean. If I'm encountering a alligator in a fucking swamp, I mean, I gotta get to land. But once I get to land, I mean, I like my odds. I'm gonna be honest with you. I do. Like whether I can climb on something that's close and then maybe be able to get a weapon at that point, like a fucking tree branch. Like I said, the Jamaicans go wild. They'll beat a fucking alligator to death. I've seen it.
The alligators gonna have to see me, bro. I'm
Have
telling
you
They're gonna have to see
have
me.
you ever
They're gonna
have
have.
you ever seen Animal
Yeah.
Planet? And have you ever tried to watch the Malibu and like all the water buffalo cross the Nile River?
That's a crocodile, though.
And the Nile crocodiles just devour anything. Like okay,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you understand that in this
there's-
situation, we're not saying. Well, I'm not
Those
saying.
motherfuckers are in like ponds and creeks.
But what
I'm
do I-
not going in no pond and creek in fucking the southeastern desert of Africa. Like, what are we talking about?
well,
We're
that's
talking
the
about
thing.
alligators, brother. They're smaller.
I've seen some big alligators, and I'm just not. You can't see them. How do
Yeah.
you defend something you can't see?
I would rather fight a big alligator
Like
than a small alligator.
Okay, that's
you're in the swamp, you're swimming to shore, you're neck deep,
Well,
you're 10
because a
feet
big
away from the
alligator is
water.
not gonna move as fast.
bro. He's
Small
going.
alligator is gonna fly around and gonna be moving all crazy. A big 12-footer, he's too lazy to really work too hard for his food.
Oh no, you're
Bro,
tripping.
alligators are opportunists.
A lot
They're
of
opportunist hunters.
A lot of this
And when
alligator.
they see me and you in the swamp, neck deep,
They're like, damn, opportunity.
doggy paddle in the shore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Opportunity.
I mean, I would be more worried about an alligator underneath water than on top of the water. If I can see it, I'm cool.
Bro,
If I can't see it, that's when I have a problem.
need to dive under the water and fight the alligator in his homeland. What are you talking about? That was the first plan.
I got you. At that point, I'm shoulders deep. I
Yeah,
gotta go under.
you gotta go under, I guess. I mean,
If I
yeah,
can get my feet on the bottom of the swamp, I like my odds.
I like my odds once I get out of water. But somebody did tell me they run like 30 miles per hour outside of water. So
Yeah, for like
They run pretty
5
fast.
seconds.
yeah,
They're
well,
not run side to side. The motherfuckers are stupid.
yeah. What's
You run like big diagonal.
No. That's not real.
Yes, bro. Well, alligators,
It's
they're
not
not
real.
gonna be like if you run diagonal, you're gonna be able to outrun an alligator, bro. I'm telling you.
No.
They have quick
That's not
bursts.
bro.
A 12-foot alligator is not running 30 miles per hour for
You
10
know what I'm saying?
seconds, bro.
You have to be running zigzags like Tyreek Hill to really make that
No,
efficient.
diagonal, not zigzag. An alligator is going to lunge straight forward. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's not going to lunge sideways. That's my point. No, that's not how they work. Their head can turn, but as far as their body, their fucking legs only push forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard for alligators to turn their bodies. They have to stand straight up and literally turn. You know what I'm saying?
That does sound like one of those like myths, though. I'm gonna be honest.
I
I said
mean,
the thing.
I don't know, bro. I've just seen alligators like up close and personal. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I've seen it on TV. Then I've seen them up close and personal.
Run.
Yo,
So it's like,
listen. I would go with shark, but I gotta cut it. I gotta get out of here.
You're all good.
Y'all
and that's why
take it easy.
the
Appreciate
sharks
y'all
will come
having
see
me.
you next time you ride those
I'm
jet
out.
skis.
All right. I hope you
Don't fall in
I
that
hope
water.
I hope you take that back after I leave.
Yeah, have a good one.
All right, brother. Be safe.
Yeah, he's definitely fucked. He's definitely gonna get eaten by a shark.
Yeah, no, I don't know what he's talking about, man. That shark is gonna tear him an asshole.
Yeah, once they see this, dude, it's over. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're definitely feeling some type of way. I sent that dude the link.
Yeah.
Not be talking all that shit on Twitter. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
That smoke.
bro, we should get into that the thing on Twitter where they like have those rooms like what you sent me.
Spaces. That's what we really need to do.
Yeah, thank you.
Actually, because I feel like with the way I be talking shit to these niggas, I can get these niggas to come in that bitch and really turn it up. I really do think I might be able to turn it
Bro,
up.
you need to come off private because like I need to see. I don't even see what you do on there.
Really? I'm on private on there?
Oh, you're definitely on private. Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
That's why I don't be getting followers. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Damn, bro. 'Cause I be tweeting some good shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, damn, I don't get no followers.
You might. I haven't seen it. Like I said, I just see what you directly send me afterwards.
Damn. That's why I'd be like, bro, I be tweeting shit and like nobody be responding. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? I guess you have to be my friend to see it. So yeah, I'm definitely taking my shit out private because
Go crazy.
yeah,
Chloe.
definitely go crazy. Yeah, no, we definitely got on Twitter Spaces because niggas be loving to argue sports on there. And
Yeah.
it's just like a lot of these motherfuckers have no idea what they're talking about. Like I sent you that one where you're talking KD's talking about joining Golden State again.
Yeah.
That's what they were debating. I'm like, bro, if I see any Kevin Durant fan saying, "Oh yeah, he should definitely go back to Golden State," it's the only reason why you want him to go back is because you know you'll be carried to a championship.
Definitely for like a ring, and after this past year, where you know that it just doesn't look good for KD's legacy to be a first round exit. Especially
the fact that people have him ranked higher and stuff is just that is just mind blowing. I'm like, you guys are just doing that because he's 7 foot and can shoot. I mean, other than that, that's the only reason why you're putting him up there.
Were you?
Just haven't seen someone like that.
I don't think
we're about to see Paulo Banchero do it all over again. Better.
I don't think that we were in the group chat that who's this person? Yeah, no, I agree. It was really rude for him to come in and say that. No, I'm just kidding. But no, by the way, why it's virtual is just because we were just at our respective locations and weren't doing anything. Decided we wanted to get on here and live and chat with
bless y'all.
Anybody that wanted to hop on here and just we were honestly having a phone conversation like this anyways. We're like, well, why not just get on the podcast and do it, or YouTube channel. And also we want to get on Instagram. We need to do that and do an Instagram live. But I appreciate you guys tuning in, Chloe and Discord and Christy and anybody else that's in here.
Of course, man. Yeah, man. Appreciate you guys watching us chop it up.
Definitely.
And I think KD's a bub ass dude, bro. He's trying to ride the coattails of a great.
Thank you for.
You can see it. I mean, he's literally he's Scottie Pippen, bro. I don't know how people don't see that.
Yeah, because
he's literally Scottie Pippen
in his own right. So I mean, that's a good point.
Exactly. Like I'm not saying he's not a great player, but he's not great enough to lead his own team to a fucking championship, and he's shown that many of years in a row. Like, he can lead him to a finals. Yeah, that's great. So did Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
No, for
Nobody cares. Right?
Yeah. How would you feel as a Golden State? I mean, you're not a Golden State fan, but you sort of are. You're a Lakers fan, but that's kind of
Steph Curry fan. I will definitely state that for the record. But I am a Lakers fan.
Well, but how would you feel if KD ended up joining the Warriors?
I would say we need to just trade LeBron for as many picks as we can in the near future from the worst franchise in the league and just rebuild because we're not winning fucking shit anytime soon.
Are you talking about the Lakers?
Yeah, we need to just start a rebuild because Golden State would lock that shit up for the next 4 years.
Yeah. Well,
they would do what they were supposed to do before. They would win 4 in a row.
Yeah.
I
Well,
100% believe that.
and honestly, for Steph, I think if this ended up happening, it'd be a great time for that. Right after he won a championship, it really couldn't do.
It wouldn't harm him at all. He would literally be considered one of the greatest players of all time because he won without Kevin Durant. And then if he gets Kevin Durant back on the team and then wins with Kevin Durant again, it just shows you that a top 20 historical player needed this point guard to win.
Yeah.
And this is the only person who beat LeBron in a finals, like, you know what I'm saying, mano a mano in a sense. 2016, people can say what they want, but Steph Curry was the best team, best player on Golden State, and they beat fucking LeBron James, dropping like 40 points per game.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like LeBron put up all-time great finals performance and still lost. Like, bro, that's because of Steph Curry. It wasn't because of fucking Klay Thompson and Draymond Green. It was because Steph Curry was averaging 25 and like 5 and 6. Like, which not if people don't understand, there's maybe like 7 or 8 guys in NBA history to do that. So that's the type of
Well,
you know what I'm saying, that's the type of class he's in.
in those finals, I feel you, but in the finals, like as far as if you go stats for stats, anyways, it's hard to give it to Steph with the performance.
Oh, I mean LeBron definitely, yeah. Oh, you saying KD?
KD, as far as like what I'm talking about, Finals MVP for those years that.
Oh, I mean that's fine. You can give it to KD because he went head to head with LeBron, but that doesn't mean that he was the most valuable player to that team. It's like as you can see,
his stats were definitely more significant. I'll be honest, because I mean I've looked at him recently. I feel you though. I think there's a different argument you can make but it's a little bit less, intangible. And I think if you're trying to have like a really solid Steph argument, I think you could still kind of give those. And I think in a way it kind of historically it doesn't help him, but I think with context it empowers him, where you say when you look at it as he's a player that was able to lead his team to the best record in NBA history. Before that, able to win a championship, and he was able to sort of in the biggest moment of his career as well take a back seat to another player. Backseat's a strong word even, but it's like, like hop in the passenger seat, whatever you want to say. You know what I mean?
People say he hopped in the passenger seat. I think he kept in the driver's seat, and KD jumped in that passenger seat and enjoyed the ride. You know what I'm saying? KD jumped in the Uber, was like, all right, Steph, we're going to the championship. All right, cool. I'll be there when you need me. Like a Shaq and Kobe thing. Kobe did all the dirty work all the way up through the regular season, most of the playoffs, and then when it came time to the finals, you know what I'm saying, the Western Conference Finals, Shaq would turn it on. He would have all-time great performances, be just completely dominant. But that's 7 games. I don't give you the most valuable player for a team for 7 games. You know what I'm saying?
Because you're making chat numbers go crazy. Got a nice friendly argument happening in the chat, but it's making those chat numbers go nuts, so it's nice. The engagement's great.
Oh yeah, no, they're fighting. Good.
Cool. Yeah.
But anyway, nah, but for real, I mean, I think the KD, like with KD, my only pushback is like he joined Steph Curry's team. Like you can't join someone else's team. It's like even with LeBron James in Miami, I still don't really.
LeBron James was the key cog behind those championships. It's like, because even in the last year when they lost to the Spurs, like 5-1, I think, and Kawhi won the MVP, it's like when Dwayne Wade couldn't go, that team wasn't going. Like, you know what I'm saying? Once Dwayne Wade's legs were giving out on him in that finals, it was like, okay, series is over. No matter what LeBron James was going to do, you just knew, like, Dwayne Wade ain't going. Like, yeah, this is done for. And people still felt Miami had one of the best rosters in the league at the time. They felt like that was perfectly assembled for LeBron James with Shane Battier and Ray Allen and all those guys and Chalmers and Lewis and all. You know what I'm saying? Like
when they're playing, who are you talking about when they're playing? By the way, I think your headset went out. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely went out. Hold on.
Different.
But they were playing the Spurs. They were playing like Duncan and Parker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this is like the Spurs like really last run. But I just think when you join someone else's team, like you see LeBron when he created a team when he went back to Cleveland. Like he put his team together. You know what I'm saying? Like that was his team he put together. Then when he went to LA, his team he put together. You know what I mean? I think when he went to Miami, he joined Dwayne Wade's team. And, even after he left, it was Wade and Bosh. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to
Sure.
I think it's hard to give, all the credit to someone who joined someone else's team that was somewhat successful the year before. Like, not even much in LeBron's case because Miami was decent. They weren't great.
But they also did add 2 players in that case.
They had 2 superstars and they teamed up together. You know what I'm saying? So, and Dwayne Wade recruited them there. You know what I mean? They were all in the same draft. So in KD's case, you join 73-9 Warriors. I don't know how you get all that love and respect from, especially his peers. I understand getting love from like Tracy McGrady and Gilbert Arenas who haven't won shit. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? They didn't win shit. So and they're scorers, so they're just looking at it from a scorer's perspective. Um, but when you add context, you're like, damn, okay, well this guy's great. He's like, 10 all NBA teams or whatever. But then we also know that all NBA team shit and not all like defense and MVPs and shit. That's a popularity contest. Like these fucking reporters and shit, they get that shit wrong every year. But they get something wrong on that list every year. Like John Moran getting most improved is insane. How do you have an all-star caliber player getting most improved? Like let's let that make sense. That's why when people want to hold all NBA teams, I get it. It's cool. I think in Jordan's era, it was more prevalent. I think it was more like credible.
Yeah.
But nowadays, it's like you have guys making all NBA teams that's like John Morant being ahead of Steph Curry on an all NBA team to me is insane. Like if you're gonna say because you missed 15 games and they lost a lot of games when he was out, okay, well that just means he's a great player. Like, how does that make sense? Steph Curry gets that leg injury against Boston, misses 15 games, and they win like maybe 3 out of those games. You know what I'm saying? But he's not in the MVP conversation. It's like, all right. They went from the first seed in the West to the third seed when he went out.
Yeah.
How
I think
it's
this
just
season did a lot for him as far as that goes, though. But I mean, I hear you.
All-Star game MVP, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, what are we?
But Steph was All-Star game MVP.
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he was.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, he had the trophy in the. Yeah, he won the trophy. He had the trophy in the parade.
That's
I remember.
That's cool. So he brought the All-Star, and then he had the Finals MVP, and then obviously Finals trophy.
And he should have had MVP this year. I don't give a fuck what no one says. Like, look at his numbers. His numbers and his team was significantly improved from the year before. Significantly improved. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you? I don't understand how you can really not give him the MVP after the year he had. Like Jokic, whatever. I mean, no Clyde, Jokic or whatever. Yeah, he had a good season, but like he's a stat. I don't get lost in stats. Stats can tell you false pretenses. You know what I mean? Like your team's 7th or 8th in the West. Not really. It's not impressive to me.
So with the KD and Steph finals, so you saying that you don't put everything into stats? Do you think that KD still should have won MVP finals as well?
One of them. I think the second one, Steph had a big argument he could have won it. I think. Let me look up his numbers, but I think he dropped like in the second one final, so he dropped like 26 points.
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, it's just hard for me to say, because I think he dropped, like I said, he dropped like 26, 26, 6. No, that's not what it is. Just like I know he dropped 8 assists.
Yeah.
8 assists, but
I think when I went back and looked, though, KD led him in every major statistical category, even assists and rebounds.
So here's the funniest part, though. So Steph averages in his finals average after this year, 27.3 points, 6 assists, and 5.8 rebounds in 34 games.
Okay.
Those are his final averages, right? In this finals, he had. Okay, so in this finals, he averaged this year. He has 34, 7, and 7 and 2. In the finals versus Cleveland, damn, I didn't know they played that many fucking games against Cleveland. Jesus Christ. My God, bro, that is insane. That's a lot of games, dude. Okay, well, we're just going to take, that's kind of weird. They didn't break down. Oh, no, that was the last game. So he averaged like 30 points against Boston. See, that's why you got to make sure you use credible sites, people. We're going to go ahead and clarify that now. Don't come on here with Pro Football Reference or Basketball Reference, nothing like that. You got to pull your stuff up from ESPN, NBA. We like real stats here. We don't like fake stats, okay? So we're just going to put that out there now. Steph Curry, Steph Curry's numbers, PER 21.47, 6.3 assists, 5.2 rebounds, and 25.5 points per game.
Yeah.
I think this team was the third in the conference. I don't know how you give it to Jokic over him.
Hmm.
To me, that's kind of asinine. So his career stats is kind of insane here. He averages 24 points,
You know,
almost 2 steals,
Deuce, can we get
6 rebounds,
back
6
into
assists.
Colts?
Huh?
Can we get back into Colts? I wanted to share this with you.
You know what?
Colts.
Colts? Yeah, go ahead, please. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love Colt
Yeah.
topics. They're
This-
great.
Well, this real quick because we got off topic with Skip, and I don't think we ever answered this, but I thought this was a really good question that he asked. He asked, "Are cults legal?" So it seems that technically they would be. This says it is included that many of the activities in which cults are believed to engage in are really mere beliefs that are protected by the First Amendment. For those activities that are illegal, it is suggested that current laws are adequate to protect society, which to me sounds like there's no specific laws targeting
Against Colts.
because already, like, if you kill people, that's illegal. If you're molesting people, that's illegal. And protect society from whatever harm cults pose. So that was in reference to us speaking earlier. By the way, if you guys just joined us, because now we got 5 people on here. We were talking about In the Deep End documentary on Hulu.
What's her name? Tiana Swale or some shit? Teal Swale or something? Teal Swan? There we go. Teal Swan. My bad.
Teal Swan.
Butchered her shit.
That might be what she changes it to after she's prosecuted.
After she flees to Bermuda.
Oh.
She flees the American government.
Yeah, for sure. When she moves to Colombia and changes her name to Tia, whatever the fuck.
Valeria Lopez, freaking psychopath. She looks like the I don't even know what that Marvel character is.
Valeria
Red
Lopez. Holy God.
She moves into Honduras to avoid extradition.
I think that's a great move, personally.
I mean, bro, she better wrap that shit up. She better make as much money as she can this month because that documentary you dropped, they are coming for you, baby. Indictment on the way.
Yeah.
You out there having people commit suicide, tell them it's the reset. Yeah, it's the turn off button, bitch. The fuck? The hell? Tell me to reset. You reboot. Did you reboot? You need to reboot that zoo. You need to get high.
Have you
tripping, shorty?
What episode are you on? How much do you more? Because we got to do a like.
I've watched too much. I feel like I watch anymore. I'm gonna put the bullet to my head myself. You know what I'm saying? Jesus.
Facts,
bro.
So
listen,
you. So
that is not for the weak-minded. Please spare yourself. Listen, don't come at us saying you were contemplating shit because you watched that. We didn't tell you to go watch it. We told you about it.
Yeah, right here.
It is on Hulu though.
Yeah, exactly. It is on Hulu. In the Deep End, I think is what it's called. Was there anything specific that so far that you've seen that you thought was like outrageous?
The first part where you first turn on the movie and she's drowning people. That to me was like, okay. Like I literally turned it on. My old lady was looking at me like, "What the hell are we watching?" I was like, "She's supposed to be killing people, and obviously she's not afraid to hide it. She's drowning someone in the first scene." And he's telling the person, "It's not me drowning you. It's the water. It's the hands in the water. It's not me."
Get straight.
Like, okay, so why are your hands around her throat?
You know what it's
like? Doing?
Like when, like in a firing squad, when like 9 people have dead bullets, and then there's only one person that has like real ammunition. It's like that. So you can't say any one person drowned him because like it was a group of people. She
was the only one in the water.
Everybody's just like, I let go. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah. She's like, oh, the sacred priest was doing it. Like, dude, she's a psychopath. Like, guys, cults aren't cool. You're better off joining a gang. At least they're not gonna purposely kill you.
If you're thinking about killing yourself, join the Crips.
You're right. Join the Bloods. Do something.
Yeah.
Rolling 60s are still taking applications. Don't join the cult.
The uniform's kind of cool.
The uniform? I didn't even know they had uniforms. They looked like they were wearing fucking linen cloth.
Well, yeah, with them, no. Uniform was real. The uniform was real vague. Bro, would you stop?
Look like something out of the Chronicles of Narnia.
Straight over here, killing me right now with the Happy Meal toy.
Yeah, I'm trying to take off like rocket power. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I feel that.
Hey, you know what though? We will acknowledge McDonald's. We love that you put a black girl in there. You know what I'm saying, baby? We're gonna give you love for that. McDonald's.
Yes, sir.
McDonald's.
McDonald's cashing out. But yeah, what were we just talking about? Oh, we were talking about the crazy lady drowning people. Did you see the guy? Did you see the guy that she was talking to? Is like episode 2, and he's like, she's like confronting him basically, and he's like, maybe this is just a sexual thing that went too far. And she's like, she's like, well, what do you mean? He's like, you know what? I think I want to have sex with you, and I think that's why I'm here, and I have a problem. I realize that now. It was like one of the most. Did you not see that?
No, I didn't see that part.
Jesus Christ!
Damn,
Like
that sounds so juicy.
What? She's like, and she actually has a whole scene afterwards where she's flipping out about it. She's like, I'm sitting here running this, and there's people here. He's trying to fuck me. And how come he's like, yeah, it was wild. And I feel her on that. She had the.
She likes it. She likes that shit.
I think
that shit.
Well, she likes what
She got off on that shit right after the camera turned off. Went and grabbed that good old rosebud and rubbed that shit out. Nasty little bitch.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Teal Swan. If
little redheaded devil.
Yeah, now as I thought we were in the right, but now also we took a left.
No, it's okay. I mean, she likes it. I'm telling you. You can tell. She salivated. She salivated. As soon as he started saying, I want to fuck you, she was like, oh.
You didn't even
first follower. My first follower that's tried.
But you didn't even see it though. Don't you think that's probably something that irritates her? Like as somebody that I feel like probably wants to be taken very serious, and to feel like, you know, these people are here to follow you just because they find you attractive. That probably to her is.
Are they paying you?
I guess you're right. Yeah, I guess you're right.
She's getting paid. She better
$5,000
be looking attractive. You're not dyeing your hair on there to be ugly. You're not wearing what you're wearing to look ugly. You're wearing fine linen silks that show your body for the most part. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like stop the cap. Like when you throw on a bikini, you act like you're a priest and you're wearing freaking robes in the water. Like, come on.
It's like, maybe it's like when you're saying Metallica, right? So Metallica, I don't know if they still make music, but they made music for a long ass time after they made Inner Sandman. But whenever they stand on stage, and like you're saying, they still make money off that, and that's probably their biggest song of all time. Don't you think it probably annoys them a little bit when every time they go on stage, somebody's like, play Inner Sandman, play Inner Sandman? Like maybe
because Inner Sandman's paying their damn bills every month. Because they blew it all on fucking coke and heroin.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point, as far as like, where I think it's not that simple as far as like what's paying your bills. That is not always what's fulfilling you, or
she had the feds after her. She needs you know what French Montana said? You gotta spend $1 million to beat the feds. Stay scheming. Feds trying to get at me. Yeah, she needs to go ahead and.
That's a direct quote.
She needs every dollar. She needs every dollar she can get. Her ship is sinking. It's sinking fast.
No, I hear that.
They're building her case as we speak.
Well, the woman that was investigating her. Did you see? Well, you probably didn't see this yet either.
Yeah, that's the woman investigating her. She's never going to prison.
What do you mean? That lady was on her ass.
Yeah, she thinks she's on her ass.
You might be right. But
that girl Teal goes and calls her friend in the government and says, "Hey, you got to stop investigating this." Like, what are you talking about? I got her. I got her red-handed. No.
I got her red-handed.
Stop investigating this.
You think it's like
your job? Stop investigating this.
Yeah.
Teal Swan's she's got some dude, some politician that's just a psychopath. It's like, I just want to cock the shit out of her. You know what I'm saying? And he probably did. And she's like, I'm gonna let you do this, but I'm gonna call in a favor.
Yeah.
Then she lit up a cigarette and started talking to her followers on the stream.
Yeah, you got excuse me, you got to definitely finish it though. I want to so you definitely need to finish it, because I want to be able to have the rest of the conversation. Like the older lady that's investigating her, she ends up like calling them about this list of things that they have called non-negotiables, and she goes in kind of like detail with that, with like her guy that she has with her, that Blake dude. They go into that over the phone, and you can kind of hear she's like, so this non-negotiable thing. By the way, before she gets on the phone with them, she's talking to the camera, and she's like, I cannot believe that they gave me this shit. This is crazy. Like, this is something that they volunteered as far as part of the investigation. And it's basically like doctrine in a way. I mean, but either way, so
she wrote it down.
Well, no, who did?
Teal.
Somebody did. Yeah, somebody wrote it down, and this is a part of like what you agree. Never do that. You never do that. Yeah.
Teal, you knew better.
Teal,
You knew better.
you never
You knew the war. You saw Warren Jeffs. You knew
verbal
better.
contracts, Teal. That's all you ever do. Okay. If you're gonna ask people to abandon their family,
People need to just, if you're gonna start a cult, just to throw this out there for my people who want to start a cult,
yeah.
you should go look up Waco and look up what Warren Jeffs did out there. He did it the right way.
Okay.
They couldn't indict him for nothing.
Okay.
They couldn't indict the man for nothing. They literally killed him and his family out there.
Yep. Wasn't Jeffs though. So
who was it? What's his name? He's got a weird name.
David Koresh.
David Koresh. Sorry.
God, sorry, Mr. Warren Jeffs. I'm sure you did something fucking horrible.
No, Warren Jeffs was another one. He was a scumbag. But David Koresh, I mean, if you're gonna do it the right way. Do it to where the government can't indict you on anything. They can't steal your kids because you're the one cocking all the, they're your kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you just pay attention, the government couldn't get him for anything but the guns that were just sitting in boxes in his house.
You're talking about the
yeah. I mean, in all reality, they weren't even supposed to go in there.
That's what we're talking about. Like when we got back into this conversation, that's kind of what we were touching on, where it's like the cult itself is inherently illegal, I suppose. You know what I mean? Like if you're, so I mean, if you want to have a cult, do it responsibly.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. If you're going to do it smart. Don't kill people.
Yeah.
I would hope you don't take advantage of people, but we know that's just what cults do. So it's what it is.
Some fruit. Well, and also, I think the main thing that you want to do isn't illegal. Well, you know what? Actually, okay. So now that I think,
when you have people give their whole livelihoods to you, and you just basically tell them to sell you their soul, I guess it's there's a moral compass there. But as far as legality, it's just perfectly fine. Yeah.
Well, this is my thing. Okay, so with most cults, the through line, it seems like, is they want to have sex with your wife. So the main.
Oh, really? I didn't really get that. I thought it was more about the religion and getting closer to God.
Oh, no, you fool. You foolish boy. No, it's definitely about having sex with your wife.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. If you're
David, you dirty dog.
I mean, that's pretty much what it ends up boiling down to most of the time anyways. And I guess it is a legal way to do it because technically, because being married to several women is illegal. So then if you just have several married men live with you with their wives, and you just happen to have sex with them instead of them, that's you know what? Technically, I don't think you're doing anything illegal there. So you could even do that. It's just when you start to have incest and then molest children that the cults become
Yeah, David Koresh, when he started going after the children, I don't agree with that. So let's not. If you're going to take his blueprint, please exit that out of your plans. We don't do the pederast thing. The pederast shit's around here, play.
Take that play out. That play.
Yeah, that play is a 0% success rate. You're going to prison. Like, don't do that.
By the way, so real quick before we move on, I want to tell you who Warren Jeffs is, just so you know. Warren Jeffs is a convicted sex offender and the ex-president of the Fundamentalist Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day. So, by the way, I'm pretty sure this is Mormon.
Yeah, no. So he was the guy that had all the wives and stuff like that, and had the multiple compounds and stuff. And he ended up becoming an enemy of the state, and was on FBI. Well, I'm pretty sure I think they found him. They found him in like Vegas or something.
I think I watched a documentary about him. I think he was like, he had his own school and shit, and he used to he would come in there and just be like, "Hey, come with me," and then he would just be like molesting students and shit. Crazy.
Well, he had his whole he created a whole compound, bro. He had a whole city.
Yeah.
Whole city, bro, it was some crazy shit. And his people were loyal. They found him. I'm pretty sure when they caught him, he was traveling an SUV. He was in Nevada, and just random little traffic stop. You know what I'm saying?
Routine.
And the cops I just felt. He's like, I just had a feeling. He was like, the drivers and stuff, they just were nervous. And he was like, so I looked into the back seat, and the guy in the back seat was kind of acting suspicious. He was acting like he didn't really want to be seen, so then he's he basically, asked for the guy's information, and the guy basically, the guy Warren told him, yeah, I'm Warren Jeffs.
I propose something to you real quick? I
Yeah,
think
no, that's what I read for the documentary. But
I think we should start watching these documentaries on these fucking cult people and just start breaking them down like once a week or every 2 weeks. Do a live.
oh yeah, just giving like information
Yeah,
for the people
because
for safety reasons.
this Warren Jeff shit, I wish you knew exactly what the fuck you were talking about because I know some of it's just a little bit coming off the top of the dome, and I appreciate you for.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I appreciate you for it though.
it's
You're
been like
trying.
2 or 3 years since I've seen the doc.
Like, me too. I know. I remember that being like something though that had an impact on me on that doc where there was like like a person telling their story, and she, yeah, it was about Warren Jeffs. It's fucked up.
It was like it was a few different women like that
Yeah,
escaped his little time. Like it was like a few women that escaped his little shit because they were like, what happened was like I think like FBI agents came and they visited him or some shit and
yeah,
he was just like then he got rattled and he kind of felt like they were on him. So, but the Waco, Texas one, that one was the one that piqued my interest a lot because
yeah,
it really showed how dumb the government can be, handling things at times. Like the
yeah,
government doesn't always handle things the best way, and that was a prime example. Um, Catching, like shooting into a building that has explosives in it doesn't really make sense to me.
mm,
Like, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it was like explosive gas. Um, that don't really make sense. I mean, I guess everybody was killing themselves in there anyway with poison, but
yeah.
if you didn't try to storm their home, they probably wouldn't have killed themselves, you know. So, oh man, yeah,
Well,
it's crazy.
and in
Cults
that
are crazy, man.
and in that case, there's a lot of people that didn't kill themselves, but like trapped.
Yeah, and they just burned alive. It's weird because there's one case where that one guy, don't know his name, but he led all those people out to like Africa or somewhere in South America or some shit.
That sounds
Like a
nice.
big ass cult out there, and
Yeah,
I guess something happened where some guy came out there and did like a little docu series on them or whatever, and he was gonna go, air
Jim
this in
Jones,
America and
they killed him.
shit.
Killed him.
No, well, no. What happened was I think it aired in America on the news, and
Mm,
then they were gonna do something about it because these are Americans now, and like they got word that the Americans were coming. This dude poisoned the whole fucking cult. Everybody died,
yeah,
kids, women,
you're talking
everyone.
about Jim Jones, and honestly, I think I don't know that aired. I think it's a situation where they had somebody like what you're saying come down and like kind of investigate, and then there was somebody there that ended up like passing this person like a note before he left, like basically said, "Hey, this is fucked up," and he went to get on the
Yep.
plane. They killed him, and then. Yeah, and then like you said, they ended up literally that's the drink the Kool-Aid. That's actually Discord Chrissy right now. That's what she said. She said, yes, Jim Jones, he is the one with the Kool-Aid. Because Gates hopped in here and he said he said don't drink the Kool-Aid.
Mm. Appreciate that, Gage. So I'm on to something, but
Yeah,
yeah, no,
thank you too.
culture fascinating to me. Why? Because like for me, I've always liked to like the way people thought always fascinated me. You know what I'm saying? I always was fascinated with people's decision making. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And why they perceive things a
Well,
certain way.
and to be honest, could we just be real about this point? There's also I could sort of understand the allure of a cult. You know what I mean? Like to think of the idea of like, hey, we're gonna all it's basically like a commune, like a commune gone wrong, where it's like we're all gonna come together, we're gonna be a community. And there, I guess with a cult, there's some extra belief system that's attached to that outside of like a lot one, but not even always. You know what I mean? So I guess yeah, so I see the allure to it where it is a community. A lot of times we go through life and we are in search of like a community or like a real connection with other people. And when we do have that, it's really exciting, but it's really hard to find that. And a cult kind of, I think, gives us maybe false hope for that. Like
I think so.
a simpler life.
Like for me, it's like the fascinating part about it is the way that the cult puts such a stranglehold on people to feel a part of something that they're willing to just look past so many atrocities and things that they know are wrong.
Mm,
That's the part that fascinates me because people know the shit's wrong, right? I remember there was an older one of the first cults, and it was one like to where people end up leaving or whatever. It was one where they were in like the Colorado mountains. They built like a whole plantation, and the guy was supposed to be like Jesus or whatever, right? It was just very interesting to me to like see that because it's like people would rather feel a part of something so much than actually understand, like, than actually be morally like
Hey,
on the right side of the moral compass in a
Deuce,
sense.
could you go for like 20 more minutes? I don't want to hold you for too long, but
You're good.
I'm gonna send
Yeah,
this
go.
Kent if he want to hop in here for a little bit.
You know what I mean? But it's just, to me, it just seems a little interesting in a sense, like that people want to be a part of something so much that they're just willing to look past so much negative and bad shit, like shit that they know is wrong. Like
Well,
mothers letting their daughters get raped by these
that's ex-
religious leaders and stuff like that, and
that's extreme. So I mean, I feel you on that, and that's like something obviously I would nobody should ever overlook that. But I just kind of want to give another an example as far as like
like there's child labor laws. They have
no,
their kids out there working in the fields from sun up to sundown sometimes because
no,
they don't adhere to American
no,
laws.
but we overlook things all that's like bad things with all like just even think like relationships or something like that. You know what I mean? Like whatever. Like
Yeah.
that's a simple form where it's like you'll overlook some things that are like
But answer this, James.
yeah, go ahead.
You're in that. Oh, well, I guess you have to put yourself in that mind state. But think
Yeah.
about it like this: would you, as a father, allow your child to be taken advantage of in a religious setting? You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Ah,
Well,
what a question.
well,
Okay. Let,
obviously, we know the answer to that. You know what I'm
let me
saying?
think
For
really
my nieces, for my niece's sake, hopefully.
let me think really hard about the question you just asked me. What the fuck? Okay, so
Easy answer, easy answer. But that's what I'm saying though. So it's like what has to happen to you mentally is what fascinates me to let you just think, okay, yeah, that's not really a big deal. Like that's not really a problem. You
okay,
know what I'm
so
saying? Because you grow up knowing that's wrong. You know
okay,
what I'm saying?
like we can have a conversation about one. That's not where it starts. First and foremost.
Are we justifying it? Are we just
No. We're not justifying because one, I want to say like also that's an extreme example that obviously like well for me you're asking somebody that wouldn't join a cult, but I'm asking like as somebody that wants to discuss this. I think it's important for us to try to put ourselves in the mindset of those people, and it's like I could 100% I could see the allure in general to a cult. Also, so we were talking about earlier with community, feeling like you're a part of something, da 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 da. But then also just think about lazy bastards who don't want to do anything, and the idea of a cult just taking care of all the problems and supporting them and giving them a place to stay. You know what I mean? So, like, there's a lot of reasons. You know what I mean? There's a huge spectrum of reasons as to why somebody might find a cult appealing. But to answer your question, yeah, definitely, I would never be okay with that. That would, yeah,
I know
not be.
you wouldn't.
Yeah,
I know it's a rhetorical question. So
yeah.
that's my point though. It's just like do these people have to what parts of you do these people have to tear down?
This is a good point.
Because it's what it is. Like, bro, these cult leaders, they literally take people.
In the comments, we have so this is a good point
Let me hear it. Let me
because I
read it.
kind of touching on it. So this is just Discordant Christie. She says the problem is these cults emotionally manipulate people to disconnect from family and friends. So once again, like if it doesn't start with hey, let me molest your kids, it starts with hey, let me support you. One and like with like a lot of stuff that we're seeing with Teal is like oh hey, you're searching for this reason. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear
Okay. Yeah. So like with like Teal, we saw a lot of the times it's people that are searching for a reason that they're fucked up, and then she's giving you basically somebody to point the finger at, like some abuse or some trauma that happened, even if it's a situation you don't even remember.
Right.
And
I
from
mean, that's a good point. That's a good point. I mean, yeah, I guess I could see that. I mean, I guess they have to get the vulnerability, like they have to attack a vulnerable spot and kind of work from there.
and then
But it's like the manipulation is just
crazy.
it's crazy. It's very. I mean, these people don't even go to they don't even go to school to learn this kind of manipulation, like this kind of psychology. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
And they just
observed, I bet, in a lot of cases. You know what I mean? Like they're observing it happening to
on
them.
that scale though, like hundreds of people, you're able to just like. I guess you kind of fine tune your craft once you.
Discordant
I
Chris
guess.
here. She said right. Teal actively tells people they were abused as children. So the situation that we were talking about earlier, when the one lady they had the one camp member be inhabited by the soul of her father, and the other woman was inhabited by the soul of her mother, and then they went over there. Then they said, "Yeah, I feel like there was some abuse when your mom entered me, and I think maybe she did something sexual with your brother." And the lady's like, "No, I don't want to believe my parents were evil." It's like, what? When did that? So you do now? You know what I mean? Because that just happened. Because Teal came over and she said, "Okay, Okay, you're gonna let them enter inside of you. Okay, their consciousness is gonna go inside of your brain, and you're gonna go ahead and beat them now. And they're like, all right, cool, yeah. Like some lady in a wife beater looking like you, literally
Bro,
is my grandma. You gonna
but
be my
this is what
grandma?
I'm. That's
Really?
my point, though, bro. It's like, how do you?
They're vulnerable though. Like,
They're vulnerable, but it's like that's what I'm saying. So okay, so like you said, back to the original question, is their vulnerability, is it them taking part of that vulnerability? Is that okay? I mean, I guess it's legal. You know, it's like cults can't be illegal because people are gullible.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, and I get they're preying on people's emotions, but I mean, in a sense, like you gotta be like they're not making you do it.
Yeah.
So it's like it's such a hard place. Like I guess as a government, you're like, well, how do we really attack this? Can we even attack it?
So we have another.
It's a pro-choice question.
So Chloe, she says, I did hear that cult leaders are the laziest of the actual cult. That's why they recruit members to work for them and to fulfill their desire of power. So I would push back on that a little bit. The one thing I would say is that the cult leader, it takes some initiative.
Difficult job.
It takes some initiative to get to the point to where you're having followers, for one. And then I would say, like, think of it as somebody who's like a CEO or a boss. They're not doing the day-to-day kind of like, they're not planting the tomatoes. You know what I mean? You brainwash people for that. You brainwash tomato planters. So that you can do the important things like get your feet rubbed by your followers. That's just part of.
She always looked clean. She was never out in the fields picking no cotton, doing shucking no corn. No, she wasn't doing nothing like that. She was in there taking her nice baths and the Bahamian sea salt to keep her skin glowing, and then using her henna color dye to color her hair every 3 days because it fades. Just go get a natural color job.
Wow, good for you for knowing it was henna, because my significant other said that, and I was like, what the hell are you even talking about henna? I don't even know. Yeah.
And when you work in the field, man, you kind of just have to know a couple things. But yeah, I was surprised it was henna though, because it was like, just because it's like, okay, yeah, that's a dye, but it doesn't, I guess it's the same, I guess similar, but
it's just kind of trashy. Am I right?
Yeah, definitely trashy. Definitely trashy.
A little trashy. And 5,000 a person, 5,000 a head, and you're doing henna dye.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, girl, you could go to fucking, New York Avenue, right there, right, Redken Ave. Just go in there, spend 1,000, get that thing for about 3 months. You over there doing that shit every 2 or 3 days, baby.
I thought that was
work.
I thought that was interesting that she was saying that there was no leisure travel. So like outside of your job, there was no just for fun travel. It had to be related to the work that you were doing for Teal. So the one woman that was like,
so she's not giving you no money to go do nothing unless you're doing her bidding.
No, not even that. Like, if I'm understanding correctly, you can't even use your own money to go do that travel. Like, you just literally, you have no leisure travel, like, which means no traveling like for yourself. So if you want to go see your family, there needs to be a reason that you're traveling there to further the mission for Teal, because that's first and foremost.
That is,
yeah, that
absolutely is insane.
Well, and I think that's where you get into like some like legality, because I think that's illegal. I don't think like your job can say that.
but then again, she's like, they're volunteers, so it's like they just listen to me. You know what I'm saying? Like she's a piece of work. She's a piece of work. She's probably the worst cult leader that I've seen. She's the most dangerous because it seems like she has some legal knowledge, and she kind of works. She dances around like all like. She doesn't implicate herself really in a way that the government can be like, all right, this is a clear-cut way that we're going to really just, we're going to indict her. We're going to railroad her. You know what I'm saying? No problem. Like a David Koresh situation where he kind of just danced around all those laws and shit. And he knew like what they could do, what they couldn't do, even on a federal level, So
he died.
I mean, he died, but he died. And he really, to be honest, he died in it. Well, I wouldn't say innocent man because he did get them to poison themselves. But if that didn't happen, he wouldn't have technically done anything wrong.
Well,
other than child molestation.
Okay.
That was wrong. But the child molestation was really the only thing that he technically did wrong.
I don't know. Well, no, because then he had the illegal guns.
Well, they weren't illegal to have the guns. He was in Texas. They
Oh,
were just upset. They just were like, "Oh, he has all these guns," so they try to paint him out like he was like gonna lead this rebellion or whatever. But he just had the guns. Like he had a compound with a bunch of land.
yeah.
Like he might have had technically he might have had the legal amount of space for a gun range, outside gun range in Texas.
Mm, damn. Too bad he didn't have
Like
you.
I know that one fighter dude on TikTok that you always talk, you always send me like send you videos, you're like he's a pussy.
I
The
didn't.
kickboxer guy.
I did not say he's a pussy. I say he's very funny. I think he's funny, but he's just
He's funny. He's funny. But he
yeah.
literally said like I made my house a gun range. He's like you can't own ARs and shit in Europe. He's like I made my house a gun range.
Mm,
So you running my shit, I'm airing you out with this AR. My house is I'm legally allowed to have it here. Which is just which so to me is like in Texas, that probably is the similar thing. You have enough land, you have the proper requirements, you can have an outside gun range. So it's like to
yeah.
say that them having the guns is illegal, probably not, but it just depends the stipulation how the rules are set up out there. Like
Well, in Discord, and he says Waco was a travesty of justice, which I'm sure is in.
a travesty of justice.
Yeah, which I'm sure is in reference to like the human rights violations that happened during the time. Which, by the way, if you want to put a nice comment there, I'd be happy to read whatever you have to say.
What do you mean? What do you mean by like in just like the last part you just said?
You're saying me?
Yeah.
I said violation of human civil rights. I think I don't know.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, the problem is like I understand they're doing stuff wrong, but I was listening to Michael Franzese, who's big time mobster or whatever, but one of the only people to walk away from the life. Listening to him talk, and he was like saying something about a government overreach, right?
Yeah.
And what happens is when people see things like criminal acts that happen
Mm,
and they see that their rights were violated to convict them, they don't care about how they got them. They just care that they got them, right? What Michael says is you need to be careful about that because when you let the government just have the ability to overstep and overreach and not necessarily have to use certain tools to get the job done and they're able to just have free reign, it's dangerous.
well, and
Like
you're
with the
saying
Waco, Texas thing,
yeah.
yeah, you go
You're
get them,
in the
but do
situation.
it the right way.
So what you're saying is like in the situation where law enforcement has the perceived excuse to use like something like excessive force as citizens, if we allow that to pass because of things like the child molestation, like egregious things that were happening, and that's the excuse that they'll use. You know what I mean? And like highlight those things. Then at some point, those same tactics could be used against us who are not those kind of criminals. Correct?
Right. And it could be just it could be like his example was is there's big major organizations that are supposed to be nonprofits and shit like that, big companies that could get RICO acted based on something, the CEO can get indicted for something that people 3 or 4 levels underneath him were doing that he had no knowledge about.
Yeah.
But you don't see a RICO with like white collar crime and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You only see it with the blue collar crime. So what he's saying is you have to be careful because government overreach can overstep into regular civilians with your gun rights, with
Mm-hmm.
your marriage rights, with what your rights to what you're going to do with your body. It all kind of ties into play. So it's like when you see the David Koreshes and you're like, yeah, good thing he was doing, wrestling kids and all that shit. It's like, yeah, good, he did thing. He died, he was arrested, whatever. But okay, let's talk about how they did it. Did they do it legally? Because if they didn't do it legally, then they didn't do their job. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't when you are the moral compass for the country, you can't sit there and cut corners and do illegal shit because then it's like, okay, then everything you stand for is bullshit at the end of the day.
Mm,
You're just trying your bottom line is the only thing that really matters. And that's where like with the cults, I do understand they're bad and they're terrible, and a lot of people do end up dying at times. But you need to legally find a way to prosecute and indict these people and put them behind bars. Like just
yeah.
sitting there and like you will send in undercover agents and do all that crazy shit all the time. You know what I'm saying? To the mob, to gangs, all that. It's like you can't send an undercover agent to join this cult for 6 months to tell you all the crazy fucked up shit they're doing. Like, come on, that's crazy to me. Like you
Yeah.
get people in the Ku Klux Klan, you get them in the Latin Kings, you're getting them in Sir 13, you're getting these people in off. And you getting these people in all types of like corrupt organizations, terror cells, all types of stuff. Like, there's no reason you shouldn't be able to handle cults. You know, the fact, and it's been a constant thing for a while now. That's the
Yeah.
crazy part. Every time a cult springs up, they don't know how to handle it. They've
Well,
been dealing with them for like 20 years. They still don't know how to do it.
Deuce, just because you've been cooking right now, I want to go ahead and read some of that.
The comments I see they're banging through. We got 4.
Yeah. So Discordant Christy, she says, the government overreached and literally got women and children burnt alive. Insane. FBI should have left those wackos alone. Also, she says, yeah, Deuce, government overreach is the problem. Absolutely agree, 100% Deuce. And Chloe, oh, girl, that cough.
Okay. Anyway.
There we are.
But no, yeah, no, for sure. Discord Chrissy. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just I think these things are kind of like common sense too. But it's all based off perception, like I said, and that's why it's so interesting.
Yeah.
The whole situation around cults, because it's like people, like, we all know that there's negative aspects. You know what I'm saying? If you take out those negative aspects of the cult, is it really a cult at that point? Probably not. It's just probably a big group of people that live out in the woods and love each other. You know
Just
what I'm saying? And
at that point.
yeah, just a big cuddle
Let's
puddle. You know what
let
I'm saying?
oh, let's remove the stigma from cults and let's just call them cuddle puddles when
Cuddle puddles.
they're not
When they're
mean.
not bad. Yeah, when they're not like taking advantage of kids and doing, crazy sideways stuff, they're just cuddle puddles. They're just people that love each other, that live a different way. You know what I mean? And we're not going to slight them for that. We're going to let them live. But these other dudes who are molesting kids
Yeah.
and, just keeping all the wives for themselves and taking people's pensions and all their money that they saved up their whole lives and telling them that they have to do this because this is what God would tell them to do. Yeah, those guys deserve to go to prison. You know what I'm saying? But legally find a way to put them there. Like, you find a way to get Al Capone in prison. You find a way to put, El Chapo in prison. It's like, dude, find a way legally to do it and get it done.
Yeah.
The legal antics behind it is government overreach. And you can see now it's stemming into the situation with the Roe versus Wade. You're seeing that now.
Mm.
There's a big uproar about that. I don't think any man in the United
Yeah.
States is going to get some pussy after that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, just being real.
Dangerous.
Women are like, I'm not spreading my legs for no man.
Can
You
I
know what I'm
take?
saying?
Yeah.
Not even the risk. They feel disrespected
See,
with their bodies. That's the main thing. Like, people are thinking about it like, oh, they feel disrespected because they have someone telling them that they can't do something with their body, even
yeah.
if they don't even believe in abortion. They're gonna tell me what to do with my body.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. They're like, yeah, no, that's not okay.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
I agree, man.
Yeah, that's a fair, simple point. Definitely, as far as government overreach, and now that obviously impacting more than half of the country.
I mean, bro, it's crazy. Now, government overreach, that's one part of it. Now, you did you see the thing? So it's funny they put a black Supreme Court justice when it's some bullshit going on from the Supreme Court justice. When it's
Okay.
some negativity, of course, there's the black guy that they put the poster child for.
The
But
fall
he feels this way strongly, so of course,
was willing.
yeah, Uncle Tom now, nigga. But anyway, this dude literally, he's now gonna attack
Yeah.
transgender rights. He's gonna attack gay marriage rights. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? He's going to attack gun laws. Like, this dude literally is saying like all these things are things that like some God complex stuff. Like, these are problems in America that need to be solved. It's like, okay, how did we get to the point where we have idiots like this able to decide problems for people that are half their age?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think
You're
that's.
gonna die in 10 years,
I
bro.
think
Why
always
are
been.
you putting laws for me to live with for the next 40 years? You're dying in 10. How do
Yeah.
you get to tell me how to live for the next 40 years when you're not even gonna be here?
Well, I think your outrage. It's important to maintain it and like be consistent with it. Because I think that's always been the case. What you're talking about, unfortunately, is people that don't have stake in the longevity in the country and only have stake in the profitability of the country in the short term. Those are the people that make the decisions more times than not. But Discord and Christy, she says Clarence Thomas is a monster or is an absolute.
Oh, that's his name? Thank you for giving me context so I can drop his name. Clarence Thomas.
In this tweet that's being written. Let's see. Yeah, so
definitely. It's just goofy behavior. Like, I don't get that. If you bro, listen. That's like someone telling me I can't get tattoos. You see these tattoos on my body? Are you like, who are you to tell me I can't get tattoos?
Mhm.
Like my own mother didn't even tell me not to get tattoos. How is the government going to say don't get tattoos? You know what I'm saying? And the thing is like there are women out here that get taken advantage of and brutally assaulted, and you're going to tell them that they have to keep a baby that they didn't want in the first place?
Okay.
That's insane, bro.
I
Like, listen,
it is
insane.
it is more like the government saying though that you don't have the constitutional right to get tattoos. Not that you absolutely can't, but I want you to respond to that. But I also want to holler at these comments real quick. So Chloe, she says there needs to be. I mean, they need to be term limited. They shouldn't be there their whole lives. Not okay. And then Discord and Christy, great point. Very positive. I'm glad you two made up in the chat, and we're making friends in the chat.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. You guys made up and
Full circle.
Yeah, man, it's great stuff.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Hold on.
It's
great point. Limit the Supreme Court, and then thanks for copying Disco Chris. Chris, what the fuck? Who are you? Okay, so they're no longer cool anymore. All right, go back into what you're saying.
Beat your ass. No, but
take the gloves off.
It's this country's at a very it's at a tipping point, right? Here's the problem.
Yeah,
I'm all for basically letting the government know, like, you're not just going to tell the people what the fuck to do. Like, you're going to do what we want you to do. You're not just going to make fucking decisions. You know what I'm saying? Which that's very messy. That's very messy. The thing that has to happen, right? The United States will be
hostile take.
So it'll be like a civil intervention. I won't say war, civil intervention.
Okay,
right?
Interesting. Yeah.
The problem with that is with the world it is now, with Putin so aggressively, ready for war. We really can't afford for these things to become real problems for us, because that leaves us at a vulnerable state. If our nation's fighting with each other, we can't fight anybody else. So it's like,
yeah, that's
no, and that's just what I think about it. Like, I'm trying to think about strategy here. It's like, if the government doesn't understand that these issues can literally create civil unrest.
Yeah. And division
where we're vulnerable.
Where you have people that are, like, I mean, yeah, just,
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like here in the South, right? We live in Florida. We live in Florida.
Yeah. The people know we do live in Florida.
I think I speak for all people in Florida.
I'm not gonna say
the government comes down here and tries to tell it. Like, if DeSantis came and told us, yeah, we're taking your guns away, everybody loves DeSantis. Yeah, but in 2 minutes, everybody would be knocking on his doorstep. Like, you're taking what away? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain things that just they do certain things in certain places. I'll say that. They're not doing certain things they do up north down here.
Well, no, real quick, because I think we already touched on it. We have a very unique problem here in Florida, and I think it's like the problem you were talking about with the people that are governing us, being not invested in the longevity, or just they're being old. Like,
well, DeSantis is young though. He's a young guy, so he's got 20 years.
That's not even what I'm saying. But the people, his constituents, the people that he governs, are old. So the people that he keep pleased are older people more than anything. Like, they got to be comfortable, and a lot of those people are very religious too, to be honest. So it's like a lot of the influence there, and a lot of the influence here with this abortion pushback is based in religion. You know what I mean? Like, it's a pretty clear through line as far as that's concerned.
Yeah, but we have to separate church and state, though.
No, not though, and we know it's not. Like, there's people, like, there's a reason why you couldn't run for president and win. At least we've never seen it. There's never been an atheist, somebody that's outwardly an atheist. They're always Christian. Why is that? Because it's going to get you votes. You know what I mean? Yeah. They're appealing to Americans. That's
I guess you basically have to identify with some type of religion of some sort.
Christian though, always. So
Christian always. I don't know. I feel like I saw a
what president?
Episcopal or something. I mean, not a president. I'm saying like a president. Probably. Yeah, you probably have to be a Christian.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But yeah,
probably. I mean,
there's definitely people who are government officials that aren't Christian. That's not what I'm saying. And I'm sure to be honest, as far as that goes. But by the way,
the chats are going crazy right now.
Yeah, let's see if there's anything to do with what we're talking about. Let's see, bro. What? Who are you? By the way, get out of the South. Do it now. Yeah.
Why get out of the South? Hold on, put me on game.
Yeah, why get out of the South? Go ahead and let us know. Discord and Christy, please. Two separate points that have nothing to do with each other. Congrats, troll. Like LOL, bruh. I think that's directed at Discord and Christy. And
Florida will turn Mississippi into a hot mess. No, DeSantis will turn Florida into Mississippi like a hot mess. Could agree.
yeah,
Okay, Jesus Christ.
yeah,
I mean, DeSantis, he kept us open during COVID. I can't really shit on him too much. Yeah, he does. He has some laws that are a little questionable. I know my wife. She's not a biggest fan of him.
yeah.
For many reasons, But for me, I've always been a guy. If I'm gonna choose a devil, I'm gonna choose the one that benefits me more.
Wait,
If I
yeah,
got two devils, I'm gonna choose the one that's got the better option for me. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
it's like a Trump and Hillary question.
Mm.
I'm going Trump all day.
There's no better options for you, in your opinion, than DeSantis.
Well, my thing, like say for Hillary Trump, for instance, like there's definitely I didn't even vote for DeSantis, but I will say this, I'm glad he was the governor because he kept us open during COVID and all
Yeah.
those states up north fucking damn near like everybody went bankrupt and shit. California's still closed. The motherfuckers. I know how many businesses in California that shut down because the governor out there sucks ass. You know what I mean? So, but with DeSantis, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's like you just got to choose the lesser of two evils. Like Trump and Hillary question. It's like, oh, who'd you vote for, Trump or Hillary? You would like me to vote for Hillary after she killed Navy SEALs out in Benghazi? And try to cover it up? Are you kidding me? Like
With a clear conscience, you're going to vote for.
with a clear what? And that shit is public knowledge. Like
Yeah.
she tried to hide the emails about her killing soldiers, and she knew they were dying and didn't do anything about them. Like, no, I'm not voting for her. She has no moral compass. I don't give a fuck what the politics were. You don't let soldiers die. The whole premise on the military is no man left behind. She did that, and she's she's the Secretary of Defense. She's literally supposed to be the poster child for that. Like,
Yeah.
come on. You know what I mean? So you got to choose the lesser two evils. It's like, oh, well, she's a true politician. Trump's just a businessman. He's going to, well, you know what? I'm going to go with the guy that didn't kill people.
No, and I hear
and
that.
try to make it seem like it was okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, sorry, not sorry. And trust me.
Yeah,
I want a woman president.
Interesting. You
It's
think
not going to be that bitch.
you think it's interesting Trump's not responsible for anybody's death? That's interesting.
No, I mean, listen, bro. I know Trump has been in with the mob, but Trump don't hide who he is, bro. That's my thing. She's trying to cover it up and hide all the twisted shit she's done. Like, there's a Kennedy hit, bro. There's a Hilton. There's a fucking hit list of like almost 70 people that have died that have been directly correlated to them. Like, come on, man. And I don't even care about that. My thing is how you try to portray your image.
Let me throw these comments in here. Discord and Christy. She says Hillary is not on any ballot. We have to move on for real. And then Chloe says, "Thank God."
Yeah, but who's on the ballot coming up? I think Trump's going 2024. Who's going to beat him?
He's got your vote.
Who's going to beat him?
Does he got your vote?
I'm a registered Democrat. I haven't voted Democrat the last two times.
That's not what you said. You said before.
I voted Obama. I shouldn't have, but
you shouldn't have.
The second time I shouldn't have. He didn't show me shit the first term, but voted for her anyway. I showed him love. I was like, I'll give you a second chance. Show me you do a little something.
Yeah.
Didn't do shit. He did shit, but just not. He didn't accomplish what for the type of presence that he had and stoicism and like the way he carried himself. I felt like he should have been able to do more. I understand he had a lot of pushback, but you know what I'm saying? He was a good president, not a great one. I can't put him in that great president category.
Okay.
Trump though, like now he did create a lot of problems for himself with the way he talked, but what he was able to do for the country and how he had the country financially thriving, I can't be mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he was a dickhead. He did a lot of dickhead shit, but that's just a lot of the stuff he said. It wasn't from a lot of stuff he did. Biden's doing dickhead shit. Like, he's actually doing things that are directly affecting the country in a sense where Trump did too, but it was more with his words. He was just saying shit that had people going crazy. Like Biden is doing shit.
He's not. To be honest. And I mean,
they were at odds.
they were
It's
at.
because of what he said. It's what he said, though.
Well, but the thing is, part of the thing that I think maybe we're overlooking a little bit with the president is there's a certain level of like levity that you want them to bring to a situation, and he on the other hand is very divisive. So where it's a situation, rather than being able to take a moment and give a great speech, maybe bring the country together, and a lot of times he also would take those moments as an opportunity to like make some personal jab or make the situation personal.
Yeah.
I think is a horrible quality to have as a president. Like, if he has something to offer, then I think offer it in a way that's not president. Even the fact that, even the negative impact that he's had, the fact that he's even considering or teasing that he could run for president again is even more evidence that
He has a big. He has a bro. Listen, he has a very, very great chance of winning. He's got a lot of support,
yeah.
and after this Biden tenure, it just made it even easier. For him
Don't
to
get
win.
me started about Biden. No, but
Yeah, he made it easier for him to win. We'll just say that. I'll say it like that. The
yeah.
Democratic Party better come out with Michelle
Oh,
Obama. That's
well,
all I'm saying. They better pull Michelle Obama off the bench because they need a superstar.
question real quick. I don't know, and maybe somebody in the chat, you guys might know. Has it? I think actually it has happened, but has there been a sitting president that the following term has like bowed out and not ran? Because that would obviously be what would be in the best interest of the Democratic Party. To your point, I agree. I think it would be difficult for them to win again if it happened.
They better not try to throw Kamala up there. Because they throw Kamala up there, boy, she'd
What?
be eaten alive.
Well,
They're
I
gonna
think
eat her alive.
even Biden. I wonder, has that ever happened in the past? I don't know. You guys let me know.
They're better off putting Joe Biden's son up there. At least he knows how to negotiate with Russia. My goodness.
All right, let me go ahead and just read these comments real quick. Chloe says, y'all should talk about how you can tell which type of water in the wild has parasites and which ones are clean to drink. Because,
all water.
like, who knows? Yeah.
You should boil all your water in the wild. Just saying.
Boil it and then give it your best shot. Tell me how that goes. And then Discord and Christy says, Chloe, life straws for real straws. I just now realized that you are actually sitting and politicking. You snap, Chloe. Thank you for that. That needed to be said. Discord and Christy says Trumpism is a cult. She also says she agrees with you about Michelle Obama 100. And then
that's the only way they're winning. Like who the Democratic gonna put up there that's gonna not like take Trump out, basically, like knock him off. There's no one. You would have to have Obama come back, and he can't. So you got to go get his wife.
Yeah,
like, it's just that simple. Like, there's no Democratic candidate other than Bernie Sanders that carries any weight. Kamala Harris don't carry no weight. She lost to Joe Biden, who's damn near not even halfway there right now. Like,
yeah,
the fact that we'll impeach Trump for what he says, but not impeach Biden for being incompetent makes no sense. Like, this is a part of the problem is that you have to be above a certain age to be the president in the first place. That's ridiculous. That's just ridiculous. That's the most asinine thing I've heard. And then as a country that's supposed to be the great American melting pot, you can only be born in this said country to be president.
You don't think that's a good idea?
No, so that means you can't be a first generation and be the president. You have to be a second generation American. That's bullshit. Doesn't make sense. Like my little brother couldn't even be because he was born in St. Martin. But his dad is a full-fledged American. His grandparents are full-fledged Americans. So it's like, how the hell does that even make sense? Now, I don't know, because the Virgin Islands are U.S. territory, so I don't know how that works.
You know what I'm saying? So you don't know what that side of the family has going on. So at the end of the day, it's a no.
No, the Virgin Islands is a U.S. territory. It's been since I was a child. So he could be able. I don't know. But from where I'm, you know what I'm saying? I just don't think that, he wasn't born on American soil.
So if your family could become president, theoretically, right? Then are you cool with it? If you just have to be born in an American territory, for example, is that acceptable to you?
I think so. Yeah, why not?
This is the problem with America, because once you were cool and you were in, you're like, yeah, no, fuck it. And the rest of you guys,
No, because I'm
yeah,
thinking like, well, the American territory. Like, see, the thing is, just like, yeah, if you have to be somewhat invested into the country, right? You have to somewhat care about the country. So
yeah.
yeah, you being born in the country does definitely give you some type of tie to it. I understand that. But
Mm-hmm.
if you're born in the U.S. territory, like Hawaii, like Cuba, Saint Martin, whatever else the fucking islands there are out there,
Mm.
I think you should
Real quick.
definitely be considered able to be in the government of some form. I
Okay.
guess the president's the highest part of the
Come.
government, so you have to make the restrictions.
Yeah. Come on now.
But it's
Stuff.
like,
Aren't
like my little brother who's like practical. I
in the
think it should go based off your family ties. Like if like for me,
make it black.
okay, yeah, I get it.
Dude, you're trying to get dragged into court on some bullshit. No, you need to make it black and white. Oh, but
No,
who?
I get it. For me, I get it. Like, oh yeah, I mean, I wasn't born in, said America, like, what I'm saying? In my
Who
family,
don't want to pop.
I don't have direct descendants that are like on my mom's side that are American. You know what
I
I'm saying?
I think now more than ever we would be at the highest risk to have spies become president, because like nobody that is born in America wants to be the president. So it's like you have way more people that aren't from America that want to be president. They'd have a way better shot. But let me just go ahead and read these comments real quick. So Discordant Christie, she says, I like that idea. Oh, actually, real quick, I don't want to skip. So Chloe says, yeah, on the Michelle Obama, and then she also says maybe Deuce should run for office. Actually, so I think he's on that trajectory. He was saying today that he would love to be president.
No, honestly,
That he thinks he'll do a great
I've
job.
been told to go into politics.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? By multiple people, like older people. Like I've had older women tell me, like, "Oh, you're very like."
I'd vote for
They
you.
tell me I'm. They tell me I'm very neutral. Is
Oh,
what
okay.
it is. I'm very like, I can um, I can talk about difficult things
Mm-hmm.
and not get overly emotional about them in a sense, like when it comes to things like that. So they
Some
told me,
don't care at all, which is great for president.
well, that. I mean, honestly, that's the biggest part of it is
Not to care.
not really having a dog in the race. You know what I'm
There
saying?
you
And I try to with everything, even with sports, even when I like a player, I try to just take my personal feelings out of it, just kind of
go.
look at it objectively. You know what I'm saying? And with politics and stuff, I do that very well because I could care less. My thing is just like everything everything should come to a because I don't give a fuck about politics, and that's my problem. Why I won't go into it, and
Yeah.
that's why I told these people is like because people are gonna want me to dance around and play those games with them and
Yeah.
do that mental warfare. I'm not doing that
Yeah.
because the thing is I'm gonna let you air out my dirty laundry, get it out the way. So
Yeah.
then when I am making my come up and my wave is coming, there's nothing you can do to stop this
There you
tsunami.
go.
It's just gonna eat you up.
You're going to expose
You know what I'm
yourself
saying?
right off the bat.
No. Yeah. What you want to do? Expose my past? Okay, expose my past. Cool. It's all out there. Cool. Now I'm gonna build this following up. And what you gonna do now? How you
No,
gonna stop me?
crazy.
You're going to kill me. You got to kill me.
They would have to.
And
So
they probably would.
So they
But
would not run though, because so far you haven't given a reason why not.
I just don't want to actually play politics with people. You know what I'm saying? If I were to go into politics, I would want to do it for the right reasons to like
You want
help
to
people
sit
and
in
shit like that.
politics. You don't want to play in politics. I get it. I get that.
Yeah, I don't want to play with you guys in these little political games and have to be politically correct all the time because that's not. And honestly,
Well,
I think I would run for some type of politician now, not when I was younger,
yeah.
because now people don't give a fuck about politics. Our generation
Well,
don't
no,
want to hear these politicians sit there and circle jerk each other off the whole time.
I think you're wrong on that though. I think people
That's how Trump got president. People didn't want no politicians no more.
exactly. So to your point though, so it's
They
like
wanted a mobster.
that's why you would work even better. You know what I'm saying? Because
I'm not a mobster, bro. I'm not a mobster.
I'm not saying that you're a mobster, but I'm saying that you offer an alternative, somebody that's not. All right, yep, that's horrible. Thank you. But yeah, you offer an alternative, something that's more honest. You know what I'm saying? Like when we have conversations like that, like everybody has. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Bro, because you know why people love my thinking? Because they're like, my whole basis is come to a median, come to a common ground, come to an understanding. You know what I'm saying? If you can come to a median on difficult, like on the easiest of topics, on the difficult of topics, like that's going to do so much better for both sides. Like to make it a political thing, like a Democrat versus Republican thing, like it's just to me is a waste of everybody's time, and that's why this country has not progressed in a little bit because it's so political.
It's the only way. Well, let me go through these comments real quick because they're piling up. So I don't want to miss.
Oh my goodness, 16 dropping on the thing.
Chloe says maybe Deuce should run for office. I think I said that already. Discordant Chrissy says I like that idea. Natural born American. He would qualify. John McCain was born in Panama and he qualified. Chloe said, to be honest, being president seems like the worst job. I'm with her on that. It seems terrible. As I think Discordant Christy again, as long as you are born an American, you can run. If a parent is American, the child is
I
American.
appreciate the love. I appreciate the love, honestly. I might have to go ahead and run for public office. You know what I'm saying?
Or have you already
These city commissioners better come see me. They might have to see me for real. they might have to come see Deuce.
He said the worst. Run for local office for real. You can do it. Run for state Congress for real. Never doubt yourself. Go for your dreams. We need more real good people in office like you, Deuce. You could do it. You know what I mean?
I got two kids now, man. I'm trying to see them grow up. I wouldn't make it through that life. I'm telling you, they would kill me. I know they would kill me because I would stir up so much shit.
You said you don't want to live a long time, anyways. Did that change?
No, actually, no. It's
Number two.
The path. That might be the path. Because the only way I would really do it, though, like I'll be honest with you, I would do it.
That's it.
If I say like this, if I hit for $10 million tomorrow,
yeah,
I'll be a politician.
Okay.
Because I don't have to work and I could focus solely on that. You know what I'm saying? And then
so you're too lazy.
I don't have to sit there and have nobody try to invest in my campaign or nothing like that. I don't have to do all that. I can just do my own shit, fund my own shit, and then do it the way that I want to. You know what I'm saying? The problem is for it now, I got to sit here and ask this guy, and this guy's gonna want a favor when I get up there. And then, no, I'm not doing all that shit. I'll do it how Trump did it. Be rich, become a politician on your own. You don't owe nobody nothing. So when you're a president, you don't have to give out no favors. Oh well, bro, can you give me on that bill for 10 million? No, I ain't got shit for you. I ain't got shit for you.
So what's your response to that in the chat, guys? Deuce's main problem is he doesn't want to have to lick people's kneecaps for the funding. So that kind of is just to touch on the entry point being too high for your average. At least no, you're good. Go ahead. I want to hear what you have to say.
Because not all politicians come into it scumbags, right? But I think the problem with politics is if you're in there for a while and to get any traction because you got this old hierarchy of freaking scumbags that are already there cycling in, to even get your way in the door, you have to have a certain level of status and a certain level of wealth. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the problem with politics right now. Like if you look at it, like everybody who's coming up in the, as a governor or something, they've been doing politics since they were like 20 something years old. It's just now their turn,
Mm-hmm.
Like I see like Republican leaders from freaking Florida and Democratic leaders, and they're like in their 30s and shit, about to be in their 40s, and then they'll be running for senator and governor and shit like that. It's just I don't know. Politics is it's disgusting. It's stressful.
Nice. Well, here we go. So, Discordant Christy says, just join a party. Go to a local meeting. The Dems are desperate. Need good candidates.
Yeah, man, I actually had someone try to get me to do that.
I'd love to see you on the Democratic ballot.
Bro, if I I'd have to just be like, I might look into it, honestly. I would look into it. Just even if I'm not the politician, just if I can influence the person who is going to be the politician to think a certain way, maybe that is the best course of action. If I'm not even the politician, maybe I'm just his advisor and I'm the smart motherfucker behind the scenes, like telling him, like, hey, you do that, you're gonna fuck this up.
I like how you're thinking. Now you're thinking you're just gonna rise up the ranks and just run shit. Yeah.
No, I'm gonna be. It's like I'm gonna be the man in the shadows that's really pulling the strings. You know what I'm saying? On some House of Cards shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the Epstein Island, like you said, with your family. That was working the island that earlier.
No. I said I have family in all those islands.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't, bro. You know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna actually contact my family in the islands and see if anybody knows about that. And you know what? I think I heard my aunts talking about that shit. That shit is like a well-known, huh?
Your phone's gonna get red flagged by the FBI immediately.
No, I think it's a well-known thing in the islands, bro. Like I think like my family, like I think that's something that's been talked about and like just been known down there. Like turn a blind eye to it. Like they fund a lot. Like they got Barbados eating. Like this dude's got hundreds of millions of dollars. Like you think Barbados just got nice for no reason? Like Barbados was one of the nicest islands in the Virgin Islands. Like, no cap, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing there.
Yeah.
You know, so he bought one of them, which is just that's kind of mind blowing to me. He bought an island. Like,
Yeah.
people don't understand how rich you have to be to buy it.
Well, I mean, that island's got to
People
be going for the low.
people can't even buy houses. Why would they go for the low? Just because some scumbag owned it? No, they don't care about that.
There are fucking kids on it. What do you mean?
They
You know,
don't care.
a bunch of kids were getting like.
You don't know how many weirdos want to buy the island to sell it and do a documentary of their own on there and see like what they found. And bro, some idiot rich person is gonna buy that island and then literally video record searching through it and digging up bodies and all types of shit. Watch, I'm telling you, they won't even. They're probably not gonna sell that island. That'll probably be a government-owned island for the rest of for the next 20 years. The government will just own it. They won't release it. They'll own it. They'll do all their investigations, make sure there's no children buried on the island, and then they'll sell it once they know that there's no crazy shit going on with it. Probably,
Yeah, I'm sure that's what they'll do.
because all those island babies are, they didn't leave. So
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, Deuce, I appreciate you kicking it with me, man. This was a nice little live. We need to do this often.
Yeah, it
Finish.
was fun. We got some comments.
Well, finish that Teal Swan documentary so we could talk about it, and then go back and watch it for real if you missed anything. Before we get off here, let's read these comments though. Yes, do it. I mean, look at that same.
Oh, I like that last one. That's a great idea. Make them politicians fight to the death. Like the Hunger Games.
There are groups that help develop new candidates. Google it. So Deuce, there you go. Come on, a lot of good advice going on. And then Chloe says we should put all of the presidential nominees on an island and have them fight like the Hunger Games. The strongest two come out alive, and then we vote after they're beaten, battered, and on their last wind. Could you imagine Joe Biden on an island, Hunger Games style? So pretty
Joe
fair. Byron. But yeah, hey, by the way, I think maybe that is what you turn Epstein Island into, like a sick Hunger Games game. You know what I mean? Like broadcast.
Bro, the island's not even that big. That's why I'm just like, is it really even a fucking island? It's like a beach. It's like a sandbar.
You
Like,
said
what the?
now he fucking didn't have shit. He had a fucking tiki bar.
No, I mean it's not. It's bro. But like I'm thinking like island. I'm thinking about where I was born. Like when you say island, it's like I guess that really is like an island because it's like
Yeah.
it only housed like 20 people. Like how is it really an island?
Well, housed,
when you can see one side to the other side, is it really an island? Like Jesus Christ.
I mean, housed is an interesting use of,
Well, when the people that work there, they stayed there, I think, for weeks at a time, and then they cycled off. I mean, bro, that whole situation is weird. The fact that there were princes and presidents and all types of people just around this guy, and celebrities having dinner with him even after he got indicted the first time, like they knew like he was just gonna get off. Like they're like, oh yeah, Jeff will be fine, no problem.
Yeah,
he's good. You know what I'm saying? He worked out a deal. He gets to leave for 8 hours a day out of the prison, and then he just has to go and sleep there at night. He's fine, man. He'll be swept under the rug.
There you go. Okay.
I think was it DeSantis president for that, or was it Rick Scott? I think it was Rick Scott.
Yeah, neither, because neither of them were president.
No, I'm saying for was he the governor, Rick Scott of Florida at the time?
I have no fucking clue, dude. I'm fucking done.
I think it was Rick Scott. Yeah.
All right.
I think he did do it, but it's interesting, man.
Yeah.
Florida, only in Florida.
Rick Scott, I remember really the end of him was the water issue.
Well, it's funny because he pled the fifth like 100 and something times on stand before he even became. That was a big thing when he was running for governor. Like he got on stand, he pled the fifth like a bunch of times in some government case that he was on, and then he ended up becoming the governor after that, like a couple years after. Which
after that,
it just goes to show you that it doesn't matter what you do. I guess you can be a politician. The more corrupt, the better.
The better. Yeah.
It's almost like I listen to something, right? People failing upwards.
Yeah.
I was listening to something. It was like I think it was Tim Kennedy was talking about it on Joe Rogan's podcast, where he was saying like people make mistakes and get promotions. You know what I'm saying? Like in the government, he's like, that's how you know where there's some shady shit going on. He's like, when something happens, you're like, oh, that's not right. But then instead of that person getting fired, they get promoted. Makes you think, okay, like, well, what's really going on here? Because he's supposed to be demoted or fired, and yet he just got a raise and a promotion.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
it's interesting. It's interesting, but it
No,
was fun, guys. I don't want to hold Jamie up. I know my dog gotta, get up out of here.
no, I mean,
But
I was good. I'm trying to respect your time. We're 2.5 hours in vibing.
no, I'm vibing. I'm good, man. I'm just,
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
you've been rolling that same thing for fucking 2 hours.
Yeah, man. We were vibing. We were rocking out, man. We were going some good topics. Some good topics, man. Oh shit, these comments are rolling in, man.
Yeah, just talking about how Rick Scott's the worst, and yeah. By the way, also like, share, subscribe.
Yeah,
So
please,
yeah,
like, share, subscribe. Yeah, I agree. Rick Scott was the worst governor. He didn't do jack shit for this fucking state.
what was he a senator though? That's what I'm just gonna say that. I
I
think
think he was the governor, the Florida governor.
okay.
I think it was before
Oh,
DeSantis.
oh, shit.
Oh no, no, there was the other one, the Spanish guy. What was his name? Rubio.
Yeah,
Rubio, and then Scott was before him. Those two, Rubio and Scott, they were terrible. They were pretty bad. I'm not saying DeSantis is better, but I mean, if we're gonna choose the lesser of all evils, I think he's probably done the best job out of all of them. You know, I mean, Rubio probably would have shut us down during all of COVID. We should probably still be shut down right now. Same with Rick Scott because they're idiots. Rick Scott literally was releasing algae blooms during red tide and created poisonous water for a whole year.
we got to comment Marco Rubio. I don't know if that's not what.
Yeah, Marco Rubio, that's what his name is.
Okay.
Marco Rubio. But he literally, like, these guys, one of those guys literally, like, poisoned the water, like, poisoned the seawater and created, like,
Yeah,
the worst version of red tide for, like, a whole year. Like,
I think that's Rick Scott.
and then who, like, bro, that's what I'm saying. But how are we going after cult leaders, but we're not going after guys like Rick Scott, man?
Well, I think the problem was we weren't going after those cult leaders. Not the right way. I guess your question was, why are we going after the? You asked, why are we able to go after the drug kingpins and the gangs and stuff like that, but not able to?
Yeah, it's like, why are we attacking, like, okay, like for instance, why are we wasting money indicting YSL? Why are we doing that? Well,
I
we have Mexican cartels literally in Atlanta.
yeah,
Like, they literally stated they know that there are 3 major Mexican cartels in
I,
Atlanta, but we're worried about the rap group YSL. Like, so you think YSL is the one doing all the murders? You don't think the cartels that are known for killing people are doing the murders? Okay, that makes sense.
yeah, that's interesting.
That makes perfect sense. Let's go get the rappers. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Who are making music videos and stuff. We're not gonna go after the real criminals because we work with the real criminals.
Mm. Yeah, that's a poignant point you make there.
Michael Franzese talks about it. Look up something Scarpa. He was literally an FBI informant, worked for the GIM,
you know,
the Carmine family, Carmine or whatever. Dude, literally, when they went to the last war, I was just listening today. The last war, Michael Franzese said this dude was known as the Grim Reaper. His comment quote is, he liked killing people so much. He said this to Michael Franzese: "I like killing people so much. I bury them, and
mm,
then I dig them up. I want to dig them up and kill them again to bury them again." That's what this dude said. He's known as the Grim Reaper, right?
that's
This
it.
dude was an FBI work. This dude worked with the FBI. They
Yeah,
said the FBI helped this dude he thinks the FBI helped this dude to commit some of the murders. The FBI agent that was helping him had to retire after this whole shit came to light. They made him retire, and a lot of people in the FBI felt some type of way about this. So it's like,
this guy's a serial killer.
he practically was. He said he enjoyed killing, and the thing was, he worked with the FBI. He was working with the government as an informant for 30 years.
Mm.
At the end of this whole thing, he's supposed to get immunity, but the shit that he did so much shit, they gave him 10 years.
What was they working with him on?
He was basically just informing them. But what he did was, it was kind of like a Whitey Bulger situation where he just used it to his advantage, right? He used the government to his advantage. He worked out a deal with them to where he would get immunity, right?
Do you remember
But
they were investigating? Like what organization?
bro, this is Rudy Giuliani.
Mm.
Yeah, the mob commission case. Rudy
Gotcha.
Giuliani. You know what I'm saying? Carmine Persico got screwed because he went in with no lawyer, think he was going to shake all this shit, and he didn't know he had an informant working for him the whole time. So that was a part of the problem. And people don't understand this. The mob guys, a part of their defense, they had to sit there and they had to basically tell the U.S. government, "Yeah, we're a part of the mafia," but that doesn't mean that we committed these crimes, basically. And I guess Carmine Persico, like basically defending himself, like basically screwed over the other guys,
Okay.
screwed over the other guys in the process. But yeah, it's just very interesting though, because this dude was literally working with the U.S. government for 30 years. He killed multiple all these different people. They knew about it, and then they basically, well, a certain FBI agent knew about it, but then when it came to light and it all came out in the court documents, they're like, yeah, there's no way this guy can, we can let this guy walk. He killed count. He's a Grim Reaper. He killed a lot of people, bro.
Reaper. We got to give him.
We call him the Grim Reaper. He killed a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like it was just crazy to hear, and it's like the government. And he also said that the mob pulled off the hit on JFK, and he
Oh,
said that's why he said it's a well-known thing around the mob community. He said his dad talked about it. He said Carmine Percival talked about it. He said guys talked about it. He said he doesn't know the ins and outs of it, but he said why the government will never release those documents is because they don't want it to be known that the mob was able to get to the guy sitting in the Oval Office, basically. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't get into it, but he basically made it seem like the government worked with the mob to basically take out JFK behind all the Cuban Missile Crisis and the drugs and all that shit.
definitely.
Guns.
There's a lot of theories with that for sure. That's a
Yeah,
whole.
no, it's a lot, but it's interesting. It's interesting. You just get to learn the government's not completely innocent, and their hands aren't completely clean, which is just crazy
Yeah.
to think about. Because growing up, for me especially, being like a foreigner, like I just thought like the government was great and they never did anything bad and they always looked out for people. And then
Yeah.
you grow up and you're like, oh shit, like wait a minute, like they don't have my best interest at heart.
That was
Like.
that was a childish thought that you had.
Yeah, it was stupid, but that's just me being a foreigner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I said more fish, no more cyanide.
Glad you
Oh
said
my
that.
God. Jesus Christ.
Uh,
Guys, oh my God. Scott's like that guy in Clockwork Orange. Poor guy. Oh my Jesus.
the guy that had to have his eyes held open and then
Oh my.
bludgeoned the sculpture of a penis, I believe, is what happens after that.
That's a little
Maybe that
weird.
or that might happen before that, I think.
Yeah,
So,
that's a little weird.
but the government is made of people. That's so true. People governing people. At the end of the day,
But
babies.
that isn't that like a weird concept though? Like you have people telling you how you can live and like how you can go about your daily life, like how you can use your body. Like,
Well, I mean, should there
you
be
can't even piss outside. Think about that.
should there be no laws though? I mean, like at the same
50
time.
years ago, you could go outside and piss anywhere.
Oh, well, 50 years ago, a man could go outside and take a piss outside his garage.
Right. You'd go outside. I go outside and piss right now. My neighbor sees me. I'm going to jail.
Yeah, and you're being labeled a sex offender for the rest of your life.
Okay. I don't know if that's true because I think
I'm assuming.
Okay.
I'm
So if
assuming.
you're a sex offender, does it have to be a young girl or is that just any woman?
No, man. If you're flashing your penis to people that didn't ask you to show that to their eyes,
I think that's just lewd and lascivious behavior, though. I think that's sex offender.
man, that'd be between you and your lawyer, and you guys got to make an argument.
You got to make that. You got to take which deal, right? Which deal you want? You want the lewd and lascivious, or you want the sex offender? I'll take the lewd and lascivious.
Yeah, definitely gonna have to plea out. And maybe you
I
could.
feel bad though, bro. Some people get screwed with that.
Yeah.
I know a kid, bro. Oh man, he was gonna go in the military and everything, and he ended up going, but he had to like wait years and stuff, and he had to get shit cleared up. It was fucked, bro. And he had to go in a certain part of the military. He couldn't go into the part that he wanted to. I think he's gonna go Air Force. He ended up going Army. Yeah, which that's completely different treatment.
Really?
And yeah, the Air Force, you get, it's like you get treated really, really well.
Well,
I'm not saying they don't. You get lavish.
Did they have? Well, did they have steeper requirements? So, like for example, like
yes,
you can't be a sex offender.
Yeah. Well, you can't have any so with that with the Air Force now, it's probably the hardest to get into because they want you to have some type of educational background and
yeah,
like your ASVAB has to be pretty high. I'm pretty sure, and it's just a little bit stricter. You know what I mean? Like you can get into the Marines and the Army a lot easier than you can get in the Navy and the Air Force. Like
Yeah.
it's a lot different than the way it was. But the physical requirements for the Marines is probably the hardest. You know what I mean? It's just all different now. It's not the way it used to be. It's not even my friends that have gone in, they're like boot camp is not they're like it's not what they make it out to be. Like you can stop, you know what I'm saying? Like they're not
Hey,
because and the reason is people
yeah,
sue so much that you, you can't it's funny how the military where you sign your life away, they can't treat
yeah,
you a certain kind of way, right? Which you would think is the normal from what you've seen in the past.
yeah,
But now it's like no, like there's so many lawsuits that go around now. They don't want to be sued.
that's fair.
That's literally what I was told. Like,
Discordant Christy right here. She says lawyers have ruined the government. They ruin everything. Chloe Hobson.
yeah, I mean, yeah, okay. Yeah, I can agree. Yeah.
She says the reward for finding FBI's most wanted criminals should be you get to become the president. She's got great ideas. Maybe she should become president. I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, they're a little out there, but they're not too far. You know what I'm saying? We can reel those in. I mean,
She's
yeah.
thinking outside the box.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Important.
if you catch El Chapo, I mean, shit, that's a task. That's a
Right.
task. That man's digging holes on the ground,
Hell of a
50 miles. Like,
country.
yeah, I mean, you know who would think I would be very good,
Yeah.
which is kind of weird?
Who's that? Or what's that?
Mobsters.
Okay.
Some mobster would probably be pretty good at
Oh,
running the country.
okay.
Because they're already comfortable killing people. They're already comfortable making very difficult decisions and being
A
in very
drone strike
pressure
would be
situations.
nothing. Would be absolutely nothing to these people.
Like no, and honestly, mobsters like they don't get intimidated. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like I don't know. I think
Yeah. Fuck no. Because they're
I
also
don't know.
corrupt in their nature. They're already monsters. So it's like it's
Well,
not
politicians are corrupt already. It's like what's the difference between a mob?
what
At
we need.
least the mobster take care of the people.
You
That's one
said
thing
what
about the mobsters.
you said what would be good. I'm saying no. So I mean,
So would you rather? So would you have a politician over a mobster? Would you rather have Bush
mhm.
or Michael Franzese?
I mean, I don't know who
Michael
that.
Franzese seems like a pretty level-headed guy, like and
Yeah,
obviously very good in business. He had $1 billion oil business that the government couldn't figure out how the fuck he was doing it.
oil
I
business.
mean, I don't know. Like that guy has some pretty presidential qualities, and he knows a lot of things. That's another thing. These mobsters know a lot of dirty secrets about the government. So it's like,
New idea. We should have babies be born into presidency. So approximately every 3.7 seconds, we could have a new president. So then we could avoid that term limit thing that we were talking about. I like that idea.
that's just interesting though, because it's like we have that problem with like kings and queens and monarchs where there's fucking seeds or
No,
just
no,
fucking demons.
but these babies would never make any decisions because they would no longer they become ex presidents after the next baby was born. That's going to prevent any of these things from getting out of hand. I like the
Well,
idea.
it's going to prevent the country from functioning apparently too. If the babies can't make the fucking decisions, we might as well have no president. Fucking martial law. Jesus Christ. No, I
Yeah.
love the idea though. It's definitely a good foundational idea for sure. We can build off that, but leaving it plain just the way it is probably wouldn't work.
Yeah, maybe it's for the best that we just keep voting for this spot.
Yeah, these scumbags that we have to vote for. We only get 2 candidates out of the fucking 8
Yeah.
parties that are there. What do these other 8 parties do? They just steal money from people. Like they get people to invest. Oh yeah, one day we'll be able to compete with that Democratic or Republican Party. We
Yeah.
the Leaf people. We the Leaf. It's like, dude, you're never competing with anything. Like you guys don't know anything about anything. Like what are we talking about?
Yeah. No, that's a good point. That's a great point.
No, seriously, it's a great point. Like most politicians don't know anything about what they're talking about. They were just picked because they were liked.
Well,
You
and
know?
relationships and things like that. Like you said, I mean, you're in politics from an early age and you are developing relationships and, those people when you get in those positions to, benefit them, then they expect you to do that.
Well, I
So,
know someone that went into politics at like very young. You know what I'm saying? It
yeah.
was kind of random. You know, didn't really come from a great family or anything.
Yeah.
Like, well, he came from his mom. No, I won't say that. His mom was a great woman. and everything like that. But it was kind of random when he went into politics. And the thing is, he knew a lot of people from football and the community and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So he had some support. I mean, even my grandfather ran for commissioner and didn't win, and he had all the support in the world, you know.
Yeah.
So it's not easy, you know what I'm saying? It's a very difficult thing to do. And I know that already. Like I've seen, like you have to go out there and fundraise and be a community activist and stuff like
Well,
that. And that's you're
but
not getting paid to do that shit. You're
anything,
doing that shit on your spare time.
anything worthwhile is difficult, though.
Well,
So
no, the difficulty is like it doesn't really become a job until you get elected. So it's like you're not making money off this. Like so it limits the kind of people who can even go and do this. You understand what I'm saying? Like if your money's not long, you're not going and becoming a politician. That was the problem with this kid, Martell, is that his
hmm,
mom didn't have a lot of money to push behind him. Like, and he was running against grown ass men that had businesses. You know what I'm saying? That could fund their campaigns. Like he was trying to fundraise his campaigns and he got some support, but it was like it wasn't enough to compete with these guys that are putting signs all across Northport at $50 a piece.
yeah,
Like vote for commissioner seat 4. Like even my grandfather, like he campaigned hard, bro. Like and he lost significantly, like
yeah.
by a wide margin. You know what I'm saying? Like it was crazy. And then to find out that only like 15% of Northport actually voted,
Mhm.
and he still lost like that, I was like, well, damn.
He aligned himself with like any parties or anything.
No, not for the commissioner seat.
Okay, so I mean, maybe something like that would help. That was something we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, but that's the problem, though. You got to sell your soul to them parties, man. You join the Republican Party, oh lordy.
No, you could gauge that after you attempt, and then decide if they're asking too much. Maybe they're not.
I mean,
Well,
just your right arm and your soul, no big deal.
we got some more comments. So Dairy Queen be like, summer is coming. So there we go. Discordant Christy, she said, for real, if you get out there and join a party, there are, a couple comments coming at once. There are some good people out there trying to make a difference. Chloe Hop, she says,
The
I
problem
thought,
is with that, though, those good people, their voices aren't heard.
well, that's why you got to get a lot of you together so your voices are loud. I thought you were going to sleep or something, like this Disco Christo getting out of.
Disco, Christo, Jesus Christ.
That's
She's
the
sending
good.
shots. She's sending straight shots, like, what the
Uh,
fuck?
you have to do some research on districts.
Yeah, I'm going to have to look into that because I think I might be able, I think I can do it, honestly, but
Yeah. Look,
boy,
if you,
oh boy,
or
that
we can
boy's going to have to see me.
we can sit in politic in the state building if that's what we need to do. So let's
Yeah,
do it.
right in the commissioner seat. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I'm gonna bring all the problems to your chest too.
You
It's
want to
like,
be
yo,
just
you,
money.
huh?
So you just want to be in charge of the money.
Nah, fuck the money. I don't want no problem. I don't want no. They're not gonna blackmail me like I'm stealing it. No, no, you're not gonna get me. I know how that goes. Not gonna, yeah. Oh, the new guy. It was the new guy that stole the money. Oh, it was the new guy, huh?
Over that you've been stealing over years. Got it.
Yeah, all that fucking $10 million. You're gonna blame it on the new guy that's been here for 2 months. Make that make sense. I don't know, bro. Politics is tricky. I see there's a lot of politicians that don't agree with that Roe versus Wade. I see a lot of politicians that are like, oh, they're trying to attack gun laws next. They're like, it's just like, it's so much hoopla. It's like, man, can we just do some things to get this country functioning at a good place? Like, we're about to go into a recession, and all you guys are talking about, and I get it, Roe versus Wade's a big deal. But as far as gun laws, like, come on, bro, they're not changing anytime soon. Get
Well,
over it.
your point though is not like that we shouldn't be talking about it. It's that we shouldn't have been even like thinking about that or fucking with it to begin with. And definitely we shouldn't have been thinking about it or fucking with it to begin with at this moment when we have so many other pressing issues as a country.
We have our fucking prices on everything rising, and we got freaking the Fed is about to put us into a recession because they're raising the interest rates to these banks, and these banks are turning around and
Oh,
fucking
Jordan,
people.
Chris, she said something else. She said, the party has money, you broke ass motherfucker. Get out there and stop bullshitting. They help bring.
Bro, I'm not trying to fuck with the Dems or the Republicans, man. I'm trying to stay away from them, man.
This is
Trying to
a
run with the Leaf. The Leaf ain't got money.
this is the real Bernie Sanders that we have here. I say give them all stimulus checks again.
Honestly, I already told myself how I'd do it if I'd do it. Listen here, guys.
Yeah.
What's it called? A Manchurian candidate?
Okay. Denzel
don't even
Washington.
know what that is. But what I would do is I would pick a party like Trump did, align with that party, and then turn around. And then I would just turn around and tell them to piss off.
Okay, there you go.
You know what I'm saying? Just straight up, just piss off.
Which would be your right?
Which would be smart. I think that's
case died.
like, what is that? I think that's smart. Like, okay, yeah, you guys think I'm aligning with you. You think I'm aligning with you. And then when I'm president or senator or governor, I'm just like, yeah, I don't need you anymore. Fuck off. I'm going to do this my way. I'm not passing your bills. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? That's how I do it. Because they're not going to allow just a random independent or someone with some random party to win anything. Like,
Yeah.
The Senate and the House depend on these people getting elected, these Republicans and Democrats getting elected. If you put in a Leaf Party member, that throws off the votes.
Yeah.
Like, do you notice that no parties, like second or third parties, get voted like senator seats or House seats or anything like that?
There are some cases.
Well, there are a few independents, but
yeah,
I remember there was like maybe 3 independents, but I don't think they were independent like to get into the office. I think they got in and then became independent.
Well, let's see, because I mean, we can look at that number before we get out of here.
Because I think it was 3 people in the House or the Senate that were like independent, basically.
Republican.
I just think that's very interesting. Like, you don't see.
Well, because the thing is, they've already gotten a huge. We're on the same page. I would consider myself independent, but there's a huge portion of the country, and I don't think this is younger people. This is where we disagreed earlier when you said that people our age aren't as involved with politics, because I think most people our age probably define themselves as independent, but a lot of the older people especially have bought into the party system and bought into that kind of like identity, so they're just going to vote for a Republican, period, or they're just going to vote for a Democrat, period, if they're, if that's their ideology. Like, and once again, there's a reason why, like with a lot of the groups, like as far as between Democrat and Republican, you have very little like variation of thought. You know what I mean? Or like, it's like, if you're a Republican, then you're probably going to be like, to a certain extent, anti-abortion. You're going to be very religious to a certain extent. You're going to appeal to all of these, like, basically like layups. You know what I mean? Like, that's what they are. Those are voting layups. Those are people that already are within your demographic. You feel what I'm saying? Like, as a Republican. So you're going to appeal to them a lot of the time. And there's, like I said, very, very little, in my opinion. And that's a lot of what's disheartening with politics, variation of thought, between the parties, because then you're just in a situation where you're like in an echo chamber, and anytime you're talking to somebody that's on your team, they're just going to give you back the same bullshit and never
challenge. That's the most terrible thing you could do as a person. Surround yourself with people that just want to tell you, yes, you're right.
Yeah.
You don't want yes men around you. You want motherfuckers that's going to tell you, slap you outside your mouth and be like, you're tripping, nigga. Go reevaluate.
I like not to get smacked upside the mouth, but I feel you on that.
Sometimes you gotta taste your blood. You know what I'm saying?
That needs to happen.
Let you know you're vulnerable. No, seriously, these politicians, they should have a personal face smacker. Person to just smack them up when they make a dumbass decision. Just punch them right in their mouth. Oh, you want to overturn Roe vs. Wade? That's stupid. Smack.
Let's read some comments real quick. By fighting to the death, maybe, right? The gun laws won't change. Inflation is bad worldwide, so it is not Biden's fault, really. What is exactly that is exactly what Trump did, probably talking about when you said that you would tell the party to go fuck themselves. And then we said Bernie is independent, officially independent. That's really cool.
The last comment is crazy.
So is King. He is independent. Agree, most of the country is independent for sure. It's just we have to vote for the lesser of two evils. And then Chloe says, you just concerted, I think she's saying converted. You just converted me to republicanism. Great job. And then this corner says, that's fine. Bye, Felicia. And then Chloe says, they're ripping babies' arms off and storing them and eating them, probably feeding the aliens at Area 51.
You know?
Okay.
Get that Canadian accent. You know?
Is that what they think while they're eating their Tim
Yes,
Hortons?
bruv.
Yes.
Yeah, no, they probably there is a thing with they're definitely taking babies and harvesting their organs and stuff like
Oh,
that.
that's a fact. Am I right?
There's a thing actually. So
I was just kidding.
there's a thing with like abortions right now in certain states to where they don't kill the babies. They take the
I
babies to a
it, but
facility or something, and then say that
okay.
again.
I said I knew we should have ended this 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, no, this is something that I heard about. I think I don't know, bro. This is something that I definitely heard about to where they don't.
Before you continue the story about the
Yeah,
babies that are being eaten.
no, not eating. No, they're not eating. They're being their organs are being harvested. So,
Okay. All
babies have a lot of stem cells in them and stuff like that,
right. So,
which can cure a lot of different diseases and like even like turn around like things like cancer and stuff like that. And they're doing research on it. And also we looked up the baby scrotum thing can also be used for skincare. To rejuvenate skin cells because there's a lot of stem cells in baby scrotum. So what they're doing is they're keeping these babies alive supposedly and then they're transferring them to facilities until that they
okay.
can
Right.
be harvested. Like,
What are you
and there's
talking?
a governor
No.
actually. So I watched this thing, and there's a governor that actually comes on,
They're
and
keeping.
he doesn't confirm or deny that this happens. He doesn't confirm or deny that this happens. I
Okay.
promise you.
Tell you, like when you were talking about the stem cells and shit, I was even about to kind of defend it. You already know me, so I was about to say like, if you're gonna be disposing of the, stem cells, either way, I mean, I would rather you. You know what I mean?
Honestly, like I thought about it at first. I was like, yeah, that's fucked up. But I was like, you know what? Think about it as a higher being of a race, right?
Yeah.
They're probably not wasting materials, whether it's human, whether it's mineral, you know what I'm saying? So it's like if that is a resource that can keep people alive for longer, you know what I'm saying? Then
Right.
not me. I don't think it's personally right, but I think people of power be like, okay,
I'm saying you're already disposing of the. You know what I mean?
well, we're talking about babies here, bro. Listen, come on now.
But
This,
look,
this is probably not the best time to talk about this, but we're gonna have it
you brought
anyway.
it up. That's why I said we should have shut it down. That's why I knew it was gonna go wrong.
But it is a reality, though. I mean, that is a reality of it. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And people have to understand too. When they overturn Roe versus Wade, like, okay, well, we people don't want these babies. What's gonna happen with these babies? They're putting up for adoption. What about the babies that don't get adopted?
What
What
about people
about the
who eat stem cells that we're not harvesting from those?
Well, exactly. I mean, it's a very fine line. Like, I think there has to be like I said, there has to be a playbook for that to where like there has to be some type of regulation on it to where what are the stipulations for you to be able to do that to an infant child? Like, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, that's tough, bro. It's a tough area, you know what I'm saying? But they're doing it now. They're literally harvesting and they're doing that stuff. Like that's just a thing. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I don't know. Well, but like how you said it, I don't know if they're doing that.
it's a specific kind of abortion though. It's like an abortion, like it's basically like you can abort the fetus at any time in certain states, but they don't kill the babies necessarily after a certain amount of weeks.
Yeah, that
Is
sounds.
basically what it
That
is what it came down to, something like that.
I feel you.
But even this, it's weird. It's weird, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
I
come
feel
on, it is weird. Like you're
you.
giving, you're
You're right.
birthing the child, and then you're going on, and after,
Yeah,
like, it's just, I don't know, bro.
yeah.
That's a very sensitive
Uh,
subject,
yeah,
though. I
oh,
mean,
yeah, well, yeah, it was. It was a sense. We brought it up.
I feel like we broke down barriers, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I think women should be able to do what they want with their bodies, personally.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Facts. I feel you on that. Don't fuck up the statement you just made because that was beautiful.
Yeah, it was. I had to, definitely ended on a good note because that's what she said. So she said stem cells are okay. You
Yeah.
right? Use the tissue for real.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's
You
just.
use that baby tissue. Do not let it go to waste.
Well, that's true. There is going to be a lot of unwanted babies. So it's then like, so what do you do at that point?
No, that's not what we're talking about. Whoa.
No, that's what she said in the comments.
Oh, okay. Oh, there is going to be lots of. Yeah, no, she literally said that. There's going to be lots of.
Yeah, it wasn't just me that said that.
You did say it though.
I repeated it.
I got you. There's going to be lots of unwanted babies now, thanks to crypt keepers in the SCOTUS. So yeah, I mean,
What
no,
is the SCOTUS, by the way? I've seen that a lot.
yeah, break it down.
Well, I know POTUS is President of the United States. What is the SCOTUS?
Yeah,
I don't know what that means.
just
It's
go.
obviously a slander.
I don't think it's slander. It's probably an acronym.
Well, if President of the United States is POTUS, then
Exactly.
SCOTUS is probably some
Not
some
slander.
some slander. Probably slandering Biden. I wouldn't doubt it.
There you go.
The sleeping president, the sleeper of United States.
Oh, there you go. Discord and Christy, please tell us what that means. So we don't.
Please educate us.
Yeah. So and then she says stem cells are from the umbilical cord, not the actual body. And she also says Supreme Court of the United States. That's what that means. SCOTUS.
Oh, okay, yeah. So they're the scumbags. All right.
You just killed that just now.
Yeah,
And
she snapped at that. I love that. Perfect.
Chloe says, "Are they going to start harvesting babies?" I think that's a great question. I think it's a question we should be asking.
I think it's something that's probably been practiced on the low. You know, like you hear about babies going missing from hospitals all the time and shit.
Kind of what you're saying. I guess it's if we're like having a weird conversation, I guess that would be part of the concern is that people would be getting pregnant with the intention of having their baby harvested.
Yeah, bro. But it's like, bro, you know what though? It's like
Yeah.
when you look at like when you look at the world and you kind of look at life from like a broader, bigger picture, you know what I'm
I
saying?
guess. Yeah.
It's like how do you really gauge things like that, like on a moral compass? Because it's like it's like, do you think about the betterment of man
Yes.
over the morally right? You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? If this can move man ahead like 50 years and make us live 200 years instead of just 100 years,
You want to
then
make an
we
argument?
no, I'm just saying, like some people have that argument. That's how some people. That's how. But when I listen to these people, like they have this God complex
Yeah.
type of shit when they talk about it, and that's how they sound. Like Elon Musk is in a sense, but you can tell he has humanity behind what he thinks. He wants to push humanity forward in the right way.
So
But like some of these
you're
people,
a
it's like
fan.
I like Elon. I
Yeah.
think he's a big picture guy for the human race, but then he's like the good angel, right? But then you have the
Hmm.
bad angel who's like he wants to push human race ahead at any cost. Elon Musk is like we're gonna do it, but we're not gonna sit there and cross certain lines to do it. There's some people like fuck it, like if we can figure out these stem cells to where we create our lifespan to be 200, 300 years long instead of just 100, and at 150 years old we're really 28
Mm-hmm.
instead of, you know what I'm saying? Some people are like, yeah, let's just fucking do it. Like Bill Gates, he was fucking testing freaking new viruses, vaccines for polio or something in Africa when they haven't had a polio outbreak in like 20 years.
Well, that's when you want to make it before the outbreak.
I mean, you literally created it. You literally spread it into Africa, and now it's like a problem out there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you have people that
Whips.
kind of
Whips.
yeah, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just it's just like
Yeah.
there's such a gray there's such a gray area that people are able to dance in, and it's like I guess the government just picks and chooses who they're allowed to. Like Bill Gates did that shit in Africa, still not indicted, but you know what I'm saying? You can have people do shit in America that are lesser than that, and it's no problem.
Well, I guess if you
Like
don't.
could we get baby plant seeds and then plant them like corn chips?
Yeah.
Technology is the future, man.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's where we really need to be like get away from organically making these babies, so then we're not emotionally attached to them. You know.
But they're already doing that. They're already cloning goats and things like that. Like we have all the technology in the world right now to live like the
I think
Jetsons.
Chloe's kind of right. We need to stop shaming the idea of harvesting things, you know what I mean, and body parts, and think about how we could do it a little bit more ethically and humanely. Like we need to learn how to plant these babies.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not taking someone's child to do this, then I don't see why it'd be an issue. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
there you go.
But
No emotional
if you're
attachment.
taking a clone, that if you take someone's DNA and you're like, all right, we're gonna make you a clone just in case if you have any medical problems, we have a body that we can literally be like, all right, we can give you a new heart, give you a little liver, or if your child needs one, you know what I'm saying? That's a little different. But it's like when you're just like, oh, we're gonna take someone else's child to then go freaking give Bill Gates a new kneecap. It's like, hold on, what are we doing here? Like
Exactly. That's where we cross the line. So instead, if we put a little bit of more energy into just figuring out how to, do a whole matrix thing where we just have these babies born in a pus sac egg.
Plus sack.
I'm
And we
just
can say
okay. Listen,
embryonic tube. You know what I'm saying?
hey, and I'm fine with that. I'm okay with the idea being approved upon. You know what I mean? Like I'm happy to have
A
it.
plus sack.
Yeah, I'm just spitballing. I'm not gonna say. I'm not saying the first idea is gonna be perfect. But you know what? I think I like where we're going here, and I think we might have actually.
Like, think about how the future's gonna look in the next 10 years. You know what I'm saying?
They have demoted women to womb vessels.
Wow.
Well,
Wow. That's dark. That's deep.
yeah.
I might tweet that.
There you go. You might
I
have
might
got.
tweet that.
Yeah, you might have got on Deuce's Twitter. Run into
Facts.
that so then it can get retweeted because he's about to go tweet it.
Yeah, I might go ahead and tweet that because
Yeah.
that's cold right there. Yeah, they've literally. But I feel for women. It sucks, man. Like,
Yeah.
I don't get how you can tell someone what to do with their body, but I think like I said,
Yeah.
it's moving towards a new world order to
Okay.
where not
Ready?
even a new world order, but like a new
Yep.
government in the USA where they don't really the totalitarian government to where we don't really have much of a say. We just go and kind of go along with what
Ready for
you
fly pig,
know.
baby.
Yeah,
Just
I mean, they want to take guns. They want to tell women what to do with their bodies. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just going to be one thing after another, you know? Like, we're already paying crazy fucking taxes in some states. Like, California's paying like 30 something percent. Like,
real quick, Chloe had an idea. I want to hear your opinion on this. She says, or we can make men experience pregnancy with them taking a chewable baby vitamin that makes them pregnant for like single dads. I like that. Okay.
something
That's,
Mr. Doubtfire.
I'm not understanding the attack on men in general. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we don't associate with them pussies up
It,
in Chapel Hill, man.
let's be pregnant. You know what I mean? No offense. Walking. So, okay. The Discord Chrissy says walking wombs. Really sad.
Walking womb sacks. My God. I mean,
Walking wombs. Oh,
like
my.
I said, none of
Okay.
those politicians none of them Supreme
That's
Court justices
right
that
there.
voted 6-3 on that are getting any pussy anytime soon. Their wives are closing their legs. Them things are sewed
Yeah.
up. Chastity belt is gone on.
They certainly didn't talk to Discord and Christy because she would have told them when she said walking wombs. Oh my God, you can't stand
They'd have
behind
been like, "Oh Jesus Christ, we can't do that. That's a PR. That's a bad PR hit.
that. That's a
PR
Chloe,
nightmare."
Chloe also says that's like outlawing plastic surgery since that's not directly stated in the Constitution. Like
Don't
whatever.
get me wrong on when I say this, but the fact that you can have people change their gender, but you're not allowing women to have abortions is wild. It's wild to me. And then
Okay.
you want the government to pay for those transitions.
Can I
It's wild
just?
to me.
Okay.
It's just wild.
Okay. So Kenny Powders, she makes a interesting statement. The fetus has more rights than the woman carrying the baby. You guys got
That's
some
deep.
fire in our way today.
That's deep.
Got to turn this
But
one off.
I don't agree. I don't disagree with you actually.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
Well,
guns have more rights than women.
well, actually, so she kind of touches on what sort of like refuting your point is like the difference in here that is being highlighted by people that are in opposition is that you're affecting another person by your decision. It's not like plastic surgery where you're only affecting yourself or something like that. You're making a decision that's impacting what Kenny Powders is saying, the fetus.
Okay, but giving an unfit mother a child is giving that child the
Yeah,
most terrible circumstances to get any like okay.
yeah,
People do need to understand this, and some people that don't haven't seen rough areas or been grew up in some rough places don't really understand this very well. But when I say opportunity is everything in this world, bro, like listen, I have family in the islands, right?
yes,
That I would tell you are smarter than me easily. You know what I'm saying? Like they could probably go to school in Florida right now at FSU and get a 4.0. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? Opportunity is everything. They don't
hmm
have the opportunity to do that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And that's the real difference. Now, there are schools and stuff in the islands you can go to and colleges and shit like that, but it's not the same. It's not the same kind of opportunity here because you're not gonna meet the people You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be Joe Schmo's dad who already has a fucking law firm and you're in law school and you know what I'm saying, get a job right. It's just not the same. You know what I mean? So you got to kind of just give that kind of perspective. You
Let's
know,
go ahead. You're good.
No, I'm done. I'm done. You're good.
Well, I mean, just the comments. There's a few that came in. So, Chloe says no hospital visits necessary. I'm not sure the context for that one, to be honest. Discordant Chrissy says 100%. Yeah, 100%. Kenny, the zygote, a clump of cells, is more important than the woman carrying it. Just what a poet. Discordant Chrissy.
Yeah, she's today. She's on fire.
On fire.
More fire, please. More fire.
And
bringing the fire.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a really important point, though. I mean, and also Discordant Chrissy, I know that's a not a direct rebuttal, but that's a rebuttal to what I was saying, as far as like I said, the main argument being made is the the other thing that's being affected by the choice, and then you really have to define at what point you feel like that's, I guess, a thing or whatever. The zygote, a clump of cells. I mean, there you go. Yeah, if that's how you feel, then I agree. I don't see why you would have an issue with that. There'll be a lot of babies born. Hold up. All right, my bad. There'll be a lot more babies to adopt now, I guess, is the bright side, if there's one. Okay. Well, I mean, there's going to be a lot of unofficial abortions, which is the sad, unfortunate. Hopefully people live in states. And this is the kind of like when the Supreme Court makes it not a constitutional right. That's the kind of protection that you're taking away from the people that live in these states. Now states are like,
I agree. I mean, bro, but how do you feel about like certain states allowing abortions and then other states basically saying like, nah, we're not allowing it? Like, of course, I don't understand how that works. Like, but to me, that's just so backwards. Like, it's just backwards. It's like, you know what I'm saying?
These
okay.
All right, so hold up real quick.
I don't have a problem with it. Like, trust me, I'm pro-choice. Do whatever you want. But to me, it's like to have certain states that are like, yeah, you can come over here and get an abortion. And other states are like, yeah, you come over here, I'm fucking arrest you. And then certain states are like, if we find out you had an abortion in another state, we're arresting you anyway. It's like, can you even do that? That's like excessive power.
Oh, okay. So you're saying like states are saying if you go out of the state to have an abortion, that there'll be legal repercussions, right?
Yeah, no, definitely. They're like, if we catch you, like if we look at your medical records and it says you went to Utah and got an abortion, we're going to prosecute you anyway.
Interesting.
So I'm like, that's interesting.
Choose too, by the way. Utah, an interesting state to choose.
Yeah, I just figured, we were already on Utah earlier.
Yeah, we'll hear.
Just keep it going.
Let me give you a few of these real quick. The problem is a minority is dictating what half the population must do. If you don't want an abortion, don't get one. Great point. And then Kenny says, what about the person who sued their parents for allowing them to be born? That's bullshit. Stating they knew they would have issues in life medically, and they didn't ask to be born, which I'm sure is a fact.
I'm grateful.
Discordant Christy says, also, if they want to define a fetus as a person, then I expect child support and tax credits at fertilization. Okay, well, interesting.
You know what? I'm gonna have to make Discord Christy my what is it called, my political advisor.
Yeah, for sure.
Cause she gonna have the kid on point, boy. Yeah. Go in there, eat Trump ass up.
Chloe says, there will
debate half stepping.
There will be women literally die over this decision. Is the horrifying part. For sure. Definitely. That's definitely true. Discordant Christy says, that's insane, Kenny. Wow. Talking about the person that was sued for allowing them to be born.
Yeah, that's just someone suing their parents for being born. What does this world come to? Jesus Christ.
I think this is Midas Touch has a great commercial on that. It's dystopian. I'm not sure what you're referring to, but I think that's
no idea what she's referring to, but it sounded good. It sounded great.
Juicy. I'm definitely sure it is a juicy.
The Midas Touch. Oh shit.
Yeah, who knows what they're on. But yeah,
Sounds like they might send me someone to come whack a nigga out or something. Good grief.
Deuce, you got anything else, man? I know you're trying to go to the gym. What are you talking about?
Oh man, fuck the gym. I'm gonna close that bitch anyway. Fuck
Yep,
'em.
got it.
Nah, man. I mean, I don't know, man. It was a great live. You know, we touched on some sensitive stuff. We politic today. We politic today, but that's what we wanted to do. We want to get on here,
Capital.
and kind of hit you guys with these touchy subjects. See how you guys felt. See, the temperature on the world. I mean, because these things are current. I mean, they're affecting everybody's lives. They're gonna affect our children's lives. So
Mm,
it's good just to put our ideas and our thoughts out there and just see, what the people are thinking and see if we can get some common ground on certain things,
yes,
like
sir.
Discord, Christy, you guys, and I
Yeah.
don't know, Chloe, I think her name was in there.
Chloe, Kenny. Yeah.
Chloe and Kenny, you guys, appreciate you guys coming in and giving us your input. We definitely appreciate it, man. You know, we got to do this more. We got to definitely touch on some of these sensitive subjects because I feel like that's what the people want to hear. That's what the people, they want to see
Sure.
us, kind of dive in head first and muck it up a little bit.
Yeah. Right.
Because we definitely muck it up because, we say some shit sometimes. It's a
Yeah.
little borderline, but it's all right. That's what we're here for.
They want us to get exiled from our family and
Yeah, what I'm saying, just shunned.
we will do it for everybody in here for this 3 hours. We appreciate y'all. Just these last two comments real quick. Chloe did ask, can cats get abortions? Just a question. Great question. Thank you for the great questions all night, Chloe. Really, the important questions were asked. And you didn't miss any. Discordant Christie says, yes, women will totally die. Abortion is less dangerous than childbirth. More women die giving birth. Interesting fact that I'm not sure is accurate, but I believe that it is. And I'll take your word for it on that. And then Chloe said, thanks for joining, Deuce. Discord, Chrissy said, thanks, guys. Appreciate y'all. Like, share, subscribe, show love. Check out the full podcast. That drops every Tuesday at 6 p.m. We drop many videos on the channel every single day. We keep it coming. So definitely share it with somebody. We intend to continue to do this. We're going to try to go live on Instagram as well. So check us out over there.
Yeah,
we make
check
that
us out on the Insta though. Like, share, subscribe on the Insta too, though. For real.
Keep that going up and going crazy, and everywhere else. By the way, we're everywhere. So appreciate y'all, man. Thank you for all the love, seriously, and you guys hanging out with us made the conversation real smooth and fun and interactive.
Yeah, it was live. Yeah, if you guys want to get in on the stream, just let us know, man. We send the link. Anybody that wants to politic with the guys, you feel like our opinions are strong, and you want to, kind of set us straight, kind of give us some straightening. You can go ahead and try.
A little bit of straightening. You can give it an attempt, but his mother hasn't been able to do it for however many years.
27 years. Right?
Okay, you just went. All right, I was trying to keep. Okay, yeah, whatever.
No, throw it out there, man. Let them know. 27.
Your boy's
a young boy. So yeah, I'm prime age for politics, man. Just throwing it out there. Anybody want to recruit the kid? You know what I'm saying?
True.
Hopefully, it's not a Democrat or Republican Party, but if I have to, if I have to work my way in that door,
if you need some
foot in real quick,
Deuce, or even just somebody to give you information on them, I'm the guy. So if you my price is not very high. I'll be honest. I'm gonna
just inside information.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just friendly. Just a few friendly tidbits. Nothing too crazy.
We found out if DeSantis likes to fuck cats or not.
All right. Much love. Appreciate y'all. Be safe. Stay dangerous. And we'll see y'all later. Much love.